More is spoken, but okay, where we at? Okay, oh, we are live. We are live. All right, how's it going, you beautiful people? And welcome to this live stream of Esper Genesis. I'm Cobalt GM, and we're about to play Esper Genesis by Alligator Alley Entertainment. But before we begin, let me go ahead and introduce my awesome players. We have the beautiful, dark, lovely.
Hello.
Playing the Keshian Princess Aura. Next, we have the awesome Alloy.
Alloy!
Playing the Ashen Forged Warrior Argus. Next, we have the magnificent Master Draco.
Can you even hear me?
Of course. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, as the Volna Hunter Rylan Brave Stride. Next, we have the terrific Tonto Tomahawk.
What? Where am I? Why am I here? Is it Tuesday already?
Hey, wait. I hate to interrupt this.
Uh-huh.
Why have our character cards still say we're level 3?
Yeah.
We haven't updated them.
Yeah.
I wasn't told to update
It
them.
has been like a month.
I know.
Mm-hmm. We're getting there.
Okay.
We'll be level 3 for the rest of our lives. according to
Nah.
You know
Cobalt.
what?
Oh, now you can hear me. Now you can hear me.
Of course
If
I can hear you.
If they're short lives, I'm sure we will.
Well, yes. Because, guys, we've made it to our Season 1 finale of Esper Genesis. And either you guys are going to die a horrible deaths, or you're going to survive and possibly level up.
Uh-huh.
Finish the intros.
Okay, fine then. Where were we at? Oh, yeah, Tonto Tomahawk, all right. You're playing the awesome fire-blooded Promethean Sagaristio.
Am? Oh,
Yes,
my.
Yes, you are. All right. Last, but definitely not least, we have the Titanic Typhoon 44.
Damn it, fuzzball.
That is his catchphrase. All right, someone make that a t-shirt. All right, playing the Earthborn human captain, Jonathan T. Archer. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Steve, Licia, Justin, Riley, James Nash, Aaron Cameron, and Aiden, who have been really supporting us on Facebook and various social medias. So, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And now that things are said, let us begin with an awesome recap by... Who wants to do it?
You said Alloy was doing it.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
I did feel like I was thrown under the bus earlier.
Well, it's all right. Okay, cool. The bus is over you, my friend. Go ahead, give us an awesome recap.
Well, from what I do recall, 3 of us, myself, Alloy, Raylan, and NASCAR, are lizard folk with a flaming tail who decided to join us, were able to infiltrate one of Cutlet's places, the records keeping spot in particular.
Administration building.
That's the one. Between a hollow mask that I've had stashed for like half of the season and NASCAR's natural charisma, we were able to work our way into the building despite all the security measures, including robots, force fields, turrets. We were able to sneak by undetected. We made it upstairs to the records room where the devious yet beautiful secretary up there decided to lead us into the records room, lock the door, and then immediately try to beat the shit out of us.
As every secretary should.
And so Raylan used Cynthia's revenge to shoot holes through the wall in order to get to us, while I was getting the crap pummeled out of me like a pinball inside of a locked box.
Yeah, you were taking some pretty decent hits.
However, despite how close things came to an unfortunate end, we did in fact prevail as Cynthia's revenge fired a freezing shot through the back of the secretary's head. Moving on to the other side of things, the barbecue on the ship had happened as normal. The investigator that the council had sent went and did his business. He had his little meeting with Captain Archer, as well as some more interesting events, such as Ballo being triggered into a purple Keshian state and going berserk before being calmed by the group and being able to reason with back to a point. But we're beginning to see how dangerous these purple Kethian or Keshian tendencies can come out of the slave type people.
Right.
There was some spats between Tonto's character and the wife of the captain, as per usual, Jane, because she's a bitch.
No, she's just racist.
Yeah.
Specious.
Statement stands if I'm being honest. But outside of that, I don't really remember a lot of stuff. I think those are like the basics of what happened last session.
Kind of. I mean, you did an awesome recap. Is there anyone else who would like to fill in any gaps?
Better be.
The investigator showed up. John Archer, is it John Archer?
Yeah.
Jonathan Archer, yeah.
Yeah.
And him had some talk, and playing some word games with each other until they came to an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The servant Ballo went Barney mode, went from green to purple.
You're calling
Black
it Barney mode?
Yeah.
Yes, like the purple dinosaur.
Okay.
And that went down, but they pacified him instead of having to murder our new friend.
Mm-hmm.
So that went pretty well, and it was a very touching moment. But this does bring up things about the Keshian going from green to purple. It could be a permanent effect. But he also had a chip implanted in his mind.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That Sagaristo. Did I say that right?
Sagaristio, yes.
Sagaristo.
Mm-hmm.
Tactfully and very well done, got it out.
Right.
For once, one of my medicine checks didn't kill somebody and made orphans and widows.
Yay!
So that's good.
Mhm.
Pretty much. Oh, and actually, Sagaricio and Jane had a actual pretty respectful moment of, hey, look, I detected this coming from your kid's room. You have the
Mhm.
right to know. I don't have a right to go in there, so you might want to check that out.
Yes. Yes. Good recall.
And then there was a moment where Ori decided that a squirt gun full of matter would be a good deterrent for Lily?
Yeah, Lillian.
She doesn't have a name anymore. She's P Lady now.
Nah, she is P Lady, due to the fact that ammonia is also part of urine.
It was a golden moment.
It was a very showery moment of
A baptism, so you will.
A pistism.
After all that, she got kicked off the ship, and Jack was a little mad about that.
Yeah, he
and
was.
he's in his room, and I still have to deal with him.
It's okay, there's plenty of fish people out in the sea.
And the investigator's name was Sisha.
Sachon!
Sashi.
Gotta say it with a French accent.
Sashi.
Birdman Do.
Big hat.
Birdman.
Wait, tabernacle.
And this was because we ran out of time last time, but
Yes.
Raylan is leading his crew through the sewers back to the ship.
Most definitely.
Wait, when did I become part of your crew? You were hired by my party.
Dude, Tama is the one who hired me, not you. So right now, we are a little crew.
I said my party, not me personally.
And
But-
she still owes me more money and a rewritten contract because this was not clearly part of the contract.
This wasn't
This
even
is
part
true.
of my contract.
Congratulations, you got some negotiations to do.
There's some conversations to be had in general at this point.
Most definitely. All right. Is there anything that needs? Actually, I think that covers it. It really does. All right. And
I
so,
also earn inspiration.
yes.
That's
All right.
the only reason you left things out before session, isn't it?
I try to tell you everything.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
you still skipped over it. I told you about the investigator.
Oh,
And
it's
the
all
sergeant
right.
problem.
I did mention both of those. However,
Mm-hmm.
you went above and beyond for the P lady and that kind of stuff, which never got brought up in conversation.
Just saying.
Like, who wants to bring a pee in the middle of a conversation besides, hey, I need to go use the bathroom?
I'm just saying.
Look, Lillian's going to be a problem because she has quite a bit of viewers and also has put Princess Aura on a bunch of her shit. So
Yay, social media.
Agreed. Agreed. I'm just saying you didn't cover everything that you just brought up. So
Oh, okay. Well, I'll cover that too. Yeah, she keeps freaking streaming a princess aura. So there goes our location.
the whole thing with where she's looking for a man,
Yeah, looking for a man.
that was something special.
Yeah, but that happened session before.
It did. But she's still a piece of shit. So let's continue on.
Okay. I was letting you guys go forward. It was an awesome recap. You guys tag team it. You both get an additional inspiration point. It is time for us to begin. And we're actually going to pick up with you two, as a matter of fact, as you guys are sludging through the biowaste conduit of the Paleovaro station. Because you guys are making a very discreet way back to the Astral Horizon, which was in the hangar. You didn't want people to know where you were. You didn't want any sensors or cameras to catch you, especially since, thanks to the political powers of Station Coordinator Colette Felgavo, you are known throughout the segments as a threat. Thanks to the incredible powers that come from being a hunter, Rythan Bravestride was able to lead you, Argus, as well as Nathkar, the Matokai lizard-like alien, as well as newfound friend, around...
Nathkar.
Yes, Nathkar.
Not to be mistaken for NASCAR, because we don't like his cousin.
Exactly. You guys have made it actually underneath the hangar. Bravestride, you do see the ladder that's leading up to the hatch, and you realize as soon as that hatch opens, you guys are going to be exposed for a little bit until you're able to get to the Astral Horizon. Tell me, what do you do?
Hollow mask.
He has a solution for him.
I can't hide my eyes, but I can hide my face.
Be right back.
Well, there goes my solution.
Okay, he says hollow mask, and immediately your solution is gone.
What did I?
Ty said
There goes
he'd be
plan
right
A.
back.
Oh, he was going to use Captain Archer. I see.
But
What?
I guess I could always do a stealth check.
All right, so you're going to sneak and try to avoid detection and sight to make it to the Astral Horizon.
Yeah.
Argus, you're going to put on your hollow mask and pretend to be a different Ashen Forge.
Correct.
And so as you guys are going back and forth over this in the dark and dank sewer, effectively, that's when Nathkar is like, so what are you going to do about me?
Well, you already on camera for that gold version of yourself, so can you sneak?
I can try, but it is not my speciality.
Oh,
Very little that is special about you, last I checked.
You cannot sneak. You cannot fight. You can talk. Can you talk your way out of this situation?
How wanted are you two?
Pretty freaking wanted.
Well, we are trying to kill the station head coordinator.
Yeah. Have you? If you ever heard of a wanted list?
Well, of course.
I
Put us
believe
on
we
the
would,
top.
I would believe we would be classified as 5-star.
Oh. Let me go out there first, then.
Wait. You're not gonna betray us, are you?
How much is your bounty?
Dunno.
He goes ahead and he brings up the current wanted list. No, it's not worth it. You two are fine.
I'm doing an insight on him.
Go ahead and make your insight check.
I should also do it too. I mean, I don't have much for good wisdom, but it never hurts to be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be suspicious.
20.
Don't be. You know, I probably don't even have to roll now.
Do it anyways.
Yeah, you never know. Hopefully it's a good roll and we get those out the way.
Quiet you. I mean, we haven't gotten natural 20s back to back on this one so far, so it's better than last session.
You got a good point there.
But those could be hiding D20 or
Hiding
net
D20s?
20s. Those could be
Yes.
hiding net 20s.
He is part of an honorable warrior race, though.
This is
Yes,
true.
but he's also a warrior that doesn't warrior.
He's
This
got
is
a
also
point.
valid. But he did have a ship.
Good for him. That doesn't make him a warrior.
I was gonna say, like, Archer has a
But
ship.
That makes him an owner.
But that he might have more brethren.
14.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not terrible. Well, we got the same result. I just don't have a modifier.
Ah, so with that, you guys are like really looking him over. All right. And he's looking at the two of you. What's the matter? Do I have something on my scales? And you guys realize you don't sense any deception coming from him.
No, I believe you are good.
Well,
Alright.
I'm good at certain things involving computers and machines and cubal machines.
Indeed. Go first.
You might want to hand me the rifle, though.
Oh, yeah, yes, no weapons whatsoever on me. Here, take this and this and well, I keep the arm.
That's right. He did take the
Mm.
secretary's arm.
Right. And so he goes ahead and tries to stuff the arm into his little bag that he has on his back. And
Is
it
that the
has
one with the gauntlet on it?
Yes.
No. If you get caught with an arm with that technology, you're done.
this technology is not special.
Is it serialized or registered?
It is in a way. So he goes ahead, he bends it so that the elbow is just kind of peeking out of his bag.
Oh, it's a robotic arm, right?
He goes, these are high-grade cybernetics, but not next-gen or bleeding edge.
Are you good at forging receipts?
Yes.
You might want to do that.
Well, I don't. Well, let me see. And with that, immediately he pulls up a little hollow form. He brings up the Esper Genesis version of Photoshop. He immediately
Image
goes,
crop.
right, there you go. He goes ahead.
Esper shop.
This
Well,
will
you
pass
can
a
say you bought
cursory examination. I think I'm good. He climbs up the ladder a little bit, pushes the hatch, and slides it to the side, and takes a peek out. Then he brings his head back in. Which ship is yours?
Astral Horizon?
Which one is that?
I will point to the astral horizon if we can see it.
Right. So you kind of squeeze up to the hatch with him, and you see it off, and there is so much activity going around the astral horizon. People are working on the hull, on the exterior. They're repairing the thrusters. An entire crew has come out.
Are you able to disguise yourself to look like a member of the crew? Not our crew, but the repair crew.
Yes.
Then that will probably be your best shot.
Or a sewer cleaner. Makes sense why he's coming out.
So you two came in that piece of garbage.
Yes,
Don't tell the captain that.
I may.
That's between you two.
And with that, okay, wish me luck. And he hops out and immediately dashes away from the astral horizon. It seems over towards a door labeled crew and staff only.
I don't know why, but I picture it like a monitor lizard running. With like the legs going in like the full circles to the side while he just books.
Right, tail swagging, all that.
Gotta go face.
Right, so he goes ahead and he takes off running. However you wish to imagine that. Brave stride. So, you said you wanted to sneak aboard and try to be undetected by the crew that's currently working on the Astral Horizon, correct?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to have to roll this stealth check with disadvantage. The timing has to be precise. Otherwise, one of these workers are going to spot you, and who knows what's going to happen after that.
14.
14. All right. Immediately, you take a moment to scan the area, time people's movements, see which ones are alert and which ones are not. You plan and plot your course, and immediately you slip out, going from shadow to shadow, from behind container to container, getting closer and closer to the astral horizon. Seeing as how these workers are completely focused on their tasks of repairing and refurbishing certain parts of the astral horizon, they're not actively looking for any type of threat or danger aside from the usual ones that come from just their work. Let's see if they spot you as you're making your way to the astral horizon. Five. You get aboard the astral horizon so stealthily that even the crew that's currently inside of the astral horizon are not aware of your presence just yet. Argus.
There's one that is.
Say that again.
There's one person that is.
And who is that?
The captain. I've been tracking their comm signal the whole time.
Ah, this is true. You have been tracking them. But at the moment, Argus, you're up.
So I'll activate the hollow mask to look like the last gentleman from the business district there.
Mhm.
And my goal is to just literally get onto the street side as non-obvious as possible and just walk my ass to the fucking ship.
Well, street side might be an interesting term because you're in the side of a hangar, but you just want to look regularly and just stroll right in as if you belong there, right?
Yes.
All right. You go ahead, put on the headband that is the hollow mask, tap the side of it. You're actually able to cycle through a couple of different faces and variations of a face if you like. But either way, you put on the one that you put on before.
Mm-hmm.
Climb out of the vent. Close it behind you, I assume.
Yes.
All right. Give me your deception roll with advantage, please.
Oh, joy. Something
Mhm.
I have a negative modifier on.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
boy.
Dude, I don't do people. I murder people.
Most definitely. You take your stroll, walking with confidence like you belong to this place. The workers are doing their thing, and
You ever look too happy doing something?
yes, I have looked too happy doing something.
Yeah, well, I got an 8.
Okay. Let's see what happens. You begin approaching the astral horizon. You don't see Nathkar. You don't see Brave Stride anywhere.
Holy fuck!
Twice?
Beautiful.
Twice.
Wow.
I'm not good at this.
Yet.
Don't worry. Neither are they.
Right. And the thing is, they actually see you. It's not as if you're invisible. They just look down, see you. They okay, yeah, this guy must belong here. He wouldn't be here otherwise. And you just go ahead and get to the loading ramp and walk right on in to the astral horizon. Right? Give me just a second because now I'm extremely curious about Nathkar. And we will find out if he manages to get to the ship safe and sound or not.
He's
Right? Most definitely. But Typhoon.
Yeah.
Captain Jonathan Archer, where are you aboard the Astral Horizon right now?
Well, seeing as I've been tracking these guys, stopped by the galley.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up a couple of plates of food, and I'm standing at the top of the ramp as they come in.
Okay.
Time you showed up for dinner.
Well, one of your crew members that you love to call Fuzzball is the first one you spot. Next after him, even though thanks to your tracking, you realize that it is Argus. Though it doesn't look like him, he's the second to receive the other plate.
Ah, yes, rations. Thank you.
Right? You get the plate, Argus, and then finally, from down the hall, there you are! And immediately you get tackled by Tana, knocking your plate over, almost knocking you down.
All you hear is the screaming echo from the ship. Ah!
Right, she is hugging you tight, burying her face into your stomach, and she is like, "Where have you been? All right, why haven't you been contacting me? All right, I've been worried, crazy, I've been worried, sick, and everything because you kept beginning to any type of situation, and then people was talking about something about what's happening in segment 4, and then after that, you got disappear, and you know,
Hey, I told you what happened in segment 4. What happened from there is different, okay? Let me eat food, and we'll talk, because I'm kind of cracking up over here.
And you're injured, are damaged.
Food first, talk later.
Well, he's an Ashen Forge. They don't really sleep like that. Like, it doesn't make them. It's all right. We're going to patch you up. You're going to be better than new. Better than new. All right. And then finally, she has to. She's like putting her arms up so you can pick her up.
Really?
Pat her on the shoulder and you can follow him to the galley, but let him eat, little one.
I am trying to slap his face, but he's too tall. So pick me up. And she put her arms up.
I'll pick her up with one arm so I can still have the burger in the other hand.
Right? And so here you are, punching on the burger with one hand, picking her up pretty much by her
I kind
suit.
of picture this like a childlike tantrum where she's got both hands and she's just kind of like calmly wailing on me with both of them. It's like, why did you do this? And I'm just like casually eating the burger as I walk carrying her.
Exactly. You're walking into the astral horizon with Tana furiously beating on your chest to no avail, but still, it's making her feel better as you're chomping on a very delicious burger, as a matter of fact.
Wonderful.
All right. Finally, as you guys are walking away from the ramp, the 3.5 of you finally hear, "Excuse me, matey."
Right. Captain Archer, this is Nathkar. He has helped us track down Cutlet. Please extend courtesy to him on our behalf.
Oh, so this is the captain of this hunk of junk.
He said it. Bye.
I walk away.
You guys just abandoned your new friend in front of the captain.
I already warned him.
First of all, if he's got social knowledge, he should know that is not how you introduce yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Captain, what do you say?
Esther in hand,
Mm-hmm.
you were not asked to come aboard this, as you put it, so eloquently, hunk of junk by me. This is my hunk of junk, and only I cut her down. You'll keep a civil tongue in your head or you'll leave.
Wait a minute. Are you Captain Archer?
They're looking at him like, really?
Aren't you the captain that made the barrel one in 4 parsecs?
It's actually 3.5, but
Who's counting after that?
Wait a minute. Aren't you that same ship captain that managed, supposedly, he does air quotes with his claws, to have transported some Corvexian ale across several highly protected borders, and somehow did so invisibly?
I will neither confirm or deny that brilliant piece of work.
Then it seems I am in the presence of greatness. Forgive my
Nice little
uncivil
in with the
tongue.
blaster and reholster it.
Yes, Captain, you are a legend. Tell me, Captain, does this look familiar? He pulls the arm out of his bag. And
Take a good look at it.
the arm very much seems familiar. As a matter of fact, your eye is based on the same technology.
Where'd you pick that trinket up?
Oh, Captain, is there someplace we can talk privately?
Follow me and head back for my quarters.
If I may say so, this ship is beautiful on the inside. What happened outside?
You don't want to attract attention and do what I do. Think about it.
Ah, if people think it's a hunk of junk, they will not suspect much. Your reputation precedes you, Captain.
Unfortunately.
All right. Princess Aura! You know that Bala was taken to the infirmary. After his ordeal and you and Sagaricio saving and changing his life, he had to rest and recover. Tell me, what are you doing now, Aura?
Well, I'm gonna take a long rest myself so I can be fresh for the next bout of shenanigans.
Most definitely. It sounds good, especially with a full belly of some delicious food that you got from Jane. Of course, Ori is there to help tuck you in. She volunteers to recite various bedtime stories or sing you a lullaby. She also wants to know if you would like any warm bovine excrements to help you sleep.
No, I'm pretty beat. I'm just gonna go to sleep the normal way.
And so you go ahead, you lay down, and she offers your grace. If you like, I will even sing the soft phase beast song to you.
Nope, I'm good. I'm pretty tired.
Yes. As you wish it, your grace. I will merely sit here and watch over you as you sleep.
Or you could also get some sleep.
Right. And then there's strangely no response from that. You kind of like look over, and as soon as she got into the chair and was like, "Oh, I'll simply watch over you," you're like, "You know what? You could get some sleep too." You look over, and she's already not at all. She's head slouched to the side. You know she's going to have a crook in her neck when she gets up.
I love her, but she's weird.
Definitely. Sagaristio!
Yo.
You kind of hear the commotion because as soon as the captain left the galley with the plates, Tana was able to kind of figure out what was going on, and she chased after him. You heard the tackle, the crash of plates, a scream, right? You heard what sounds. You've spoken with Matokai before, and it definitely sounds like one is aboard the ship now. But tell me, what is Sagaristio doing right now?
Now that things have sort of died down and I can actually take a rest myself, it has been a very, very exhausting time on the Palavaro.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually going to return to my quarters. I'm still holding on to that little chip. I'm going to put it somewhere secure for now so I can actually look into it later.
Right. Before we get to your room, though, Jane stops you. And she doesn't say anything. She just grabs your hand and places that communicator that you guys found hidden on Ballo when he was first brought aboard.
I'll kind of take a look at it, and I do recognize it. It's like, what are you doing with Ballo's communicator?
It was in my daughter's room.
I'll kind of look down at it and, like, I'll see what I can get out of this and see what's actually been going on.
With that, she goes ahead and takes out the little sodium chip that was used to power it, and she gives that to you as well. It's nothing special. It's just a little chip that's used to power small electronics. But with that, she nods, and you realize she looks a little bit less hostile towards you.
I'll kind of nod my head and I'll speak to her for a little bit. It's like, I hope you don't use this against Ballo. He doesn't mean harm. He's just been through a lot.
She stops and she kind of gives you this look like she wants to say something messed up. But she merely taps her communicator. And she is actually showing you the image of a person you've seen before. You're not exactly sure where, though. Feel free to give me an intelligence check with advantage to try to remember. But either way, after she shows you this image, she turns it off and goes, I know that you're not my enemy. Tonto, I see you rolled an 11, and you remember that face as one of the people that you helped when you were in segment 4. They're one of the survivors.
That face, I recognize that. They were in segment 4 as one of the survivors we saved.
When you're in the transportation business, you meet a lot of people and you make some friends everywhere you go. She's one of mine, and you saved her life. You saved hers. You even saved my knuckleheaded son. You even helped to make sure my husband came back.
And I'll just kind of put up my hand, my fleshy hand. It's just to kind of indicate, like, it's okay, and I'll continue. And listen, between the Prometheans and the Terrans, we have a lot of bad blood. We have a lot of generational bad blood. That's not going away over time or even just overnight. It's going to take a lot of effort on both ends to bridge that gap. But I wish no ill will on anyone. We're all just trying to make our way in this universe.
I know you don't. You're a good person. And I need to acknowledge that more than what your people have done, because you are not your people.
No, but their blood still runs through me. And whether or not I have to pay for the sins of my fathers, it doesn't matter. That's on me anyways. But
that is not fair.
a life rarely is.
Besides, Jonathan has already accepted you as crew, whether I like it or not, and if you're going to be crew, we need to learn to get along, and that means I need to stop. I'm sorry for how I treated you, okay? That's what I'm saying.
Apology accepted. And don't worry, you're trying to protect your family, you're trying to keep everyone safe. I understand that. That's why I just sort of brushed off all of your, we'll say, antagonistic views.
With that, she kind of smiles. Well, you better not think that I like you or anything, all right? Because you may be cruel, but I still hate your guts. And she goes ahead. She gives you a slight punch in the shoulder, right?
I mean, someone's got to keep me in line. So
exactly, we don't need you pulling your Promethean shenanigans around here.
I mean, if I didn't pull those shenanigans, the ship wouldn't be here.
All right.
So once in a while,
for the good of the ship.
For the good of the ship.
But that she almost smiles. She's like she wants to, but she's kind of.
She's a stubborn brat.
But
I'm just kind of nod my head, and as I turn to go down towards my quarters and smile once in a while, you end up getting crow's feet a lot quicker if you don't.
Prometheans in those mouths. And with that, she kind of shakes her head and she walks off, so you won't be able to see the smile on her face. But you can kind of hear it in her voice.
Yeah.
Right. With that, Brave Stride, what are you doing?
I'm actually following Secretary Steele because I have a request of him.
Right. So you just been stalking him in the hallways, like you were around the corner, you heard the entire conversation. Like, okay, perhaps now's a good time to pounce on him. Like,
oh goody, now I have two cats following me. Because he's likely not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it. My cat and my cow.
Yeah, your face kitty.
Speaking of which, all right, the cat gets up and it stretches. And it kind of begins to mead your back and whatnot. And it's really uncomfortable, even through your fur. But with that, it hops off and it just goes down the hallway.
Either way, doing cat things.
It's going to be doing something.
Oh, cite that too.
You said you wanted to ask Sagaricio something, or are you going to go after your phase beast?
The cat's going to be cat, and I have the gumbo, so.
Here's the funny part about it. I say that just as Dark Lovely's cat walks in the background. The timing was perfect. Go back, watch the live stream. It's all right. Go ahead. You were going to do something.
As I'm just quizzically looking at the cat, I'll deal with that in a bit. So I got a question for you, sir.
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah. The hunt continues, but I have him cornered.
Oh, that's good. I might have a lead on that for you, and I'll hold up the communicator with a chip. Yeah, it seems our friend Ballo there was under sort of, we'll say, some influence of the nasty variety. We had a bit of an incident, but he's all right, thankfully. And Jane found this communicator in her daughter's room, so we might have a way to track down Cutlet.
Yeah. Well, he's in the casino district segment, whatever you call it here.
Yeah, well, it'll be easier to pinpoint him, figuring out where he's broadcasting his signal from, so.
Yes. They were burning records.
That doesn't surprise me, considering with some of the stuff that I pulled from the research, and he was in some deep stuff.
Keep copies of it.
I have to.
Yes.
I have my own reasons for keeping copies of this. I don't want to kind of get into it just right now, but let's say it's not great.
Well, everyone has their secrets. It's how they use their secrets that makes a person.
Yeah, it's one of these things where it's a darker part of my past I'd rather keep buried.
Well, if you ever feel like there's a time that you need to deal with that dark past, let me know.
I mean, this is going to be another nail into that, so the more we can fill it up, the better. Anyways, what was your request?
So I pull out my sniper. I need a bipod for this.
Oh, that's Kintia, right?
This is Cynthia.
I'll hold out my hands. May I?
Yes, I trust you
Um,
for as much as I
Brave,
can.
Brave Stride. Just as you're passing Cynthia's Revenge, the sniper rifle, to Sagaristio, you kind of had a chance to glimpse at the scope a little bit, and it seems as if something was registering on it. But as soon as the rifle leaves your hands and into the hands of Sagaristio, whatever it was focused on fades.
Hold on, let me see that back.
No, I'll hand it back.
It's like, here you go. Nope,
Just kind of,
wait.
like my eyebrow brooches.
Mhm.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec. The scope tells me things.
Right. Are you taking the whole rifle back or just the scope?
Just grabbing the scope real quick and trying to figure out what the hell it registered.
Got you. And so you go ahead, one hand on the scope, the other hand go and unscrew it. And you go ahead, take it off, and you begin looking through it like a spyglass. And it, for some reason, is still highlighting the arm that is in Nathkar's bag.
Like it's still active?
Well, it's just highlighted.
Okay. I hand him the sniper and put the scope back on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I need a bipod for that. And remember that gyro shield we were talking about?
A little bit, yeah.
I have some plates from that creature we fought on the ship before. I think if you can use those materials, and I also have some plates from these tentascorpions that I fought. I have material. If you can use the material to help with this, I will gladly hand it over. But there's an arm I have to go take care of, or maybe you want to take a look at.
I mean, just bring it over to me. What's so special about this arm?
Okay.
Are we talking like the sort of special like this, and I'll move the rifle over to the mechanical arm while I hold up the fleshy one? Or is it special like this, and then I swap the hands over, and then I wiggle my fingers on my mechanical arm?
It's mechanical. So I kind of explain. I'm gonna start. Yeah, have a moment. Let me tell you the story.
If you want, this can be your short rest. It's a long story.
I explained the tracking and how I've been tracking. What's his name? Cutlet, and the process of that, and why I was able to find him or follow him as fast as I have been. Then how the scope's also been highlighting other signatures that seem to involve him. And that arm is still glowing, and the process of that is I have no clue why that is glowing. But I was able to nail her through a wall. And the her is the records keeper that works for Cutlet, and almost took out Argus. Like, it was really close. And so I
Why are you throwing me under the bus?
Because it's big enough for all of us.
But I figured you should know. Also, I have some questions about some other stuff that I am going to be looking into. But I keep, like you said, some people keep stuff guarded for a reason. But if something comes to light, you might want to know. And I'll let you know.
Well, the only thing that I'll let you know right now is if it involves anything Promethean-wise, and anything we saw in that lab, I would very much like to know.
And there's more to the situation that we don't have a lot of information on.
That's damn for sure.
But someone seems to have information on it.
I see. As you guys are having this conversation, down the hall and around the corner, you hear, "It's a kitty!"
What?
Oh, fuck.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I start running. Okay, I gotta deal with the cat. You work on my stuff. The plates are in my room. Feel free to grab them.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Child's only
Uh,
getting eaten by an interdimensional beast. That's all.
Yep.
I
I
don't
guess,
know what my cat's going to do.
Yeah, stuff is breaking, stuff is crashing. Jane is kind of losing her cookies. All right.
Umbra, come here.
I guess at that point, I will first make a detour to Raylan's quarters to pick up the plates before I head off to mine
Mm-hmm.
to work on this and see how the egg is doing, and also get my rest in.
Sounds good.
Which working on stuff is going to be sort of my rest anyway. So yeah.
Yes, if I recall, you actually can work on things during a rest, and it doesn't affect your rest.
Yep.
I forgot until this very moment you had that weird ability.
Why do you
Right.
think I went to him?
I'm sorry. I'm such a workaholic. I tinker in my sleep.
Wait, you do what in your sleep?
Tinker.
Oh, okay, okay. I understand now.
I thought he said the one with the L.
Me too. Me too.
By the way, there are 10 metal plates of the ice thing we fought, and then there's 10 plates of the 10 Scorpius plates. So
Most definitely. Sagaristio, you get the plates, you go to your room, you begin working on it, you check on the egg, and you do notice a change. That the egg is a little lopsided now. You're not exactly sure why, but it seems to have slightly contorted, as if it's bending or flexing in a certain direction. But in a very specific direction. Seemingly the front of the ship. But that's
Weird.
all I can tell you that for now as you get to work. Argus. Right.
Hello.
Hana has been running her mouth about her discoveries and findings, especially about ancient Keshian weapons and armor, and how their technology was very voice or song activated, and even how they managed to use sorium to make solidified sound, to make even other types of technology. And you just been pretty much stuffing your face this whole time. And
The entire time I'm doing like the slow chew, just listening, like
Unfortunately, this good food has been interrupted by the screaming of Jane, something about a phase beast, and she's trying her best to keep Jill from touching it.
sorry.
and see Raylan just book it past.
Umbra, come
Like
here.
one of those family sitcoms where you're just sitting at the table and everything around you is all chaos and you're just
all I
eating
can
slowly.
picture is duk, 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 as Raylan's just booking it past the door. I was like, hey, he's got it.
Yep. Everything's all right. All right.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Definitely. And for some reason, she's not really listening to you, Brave Stride. Feel free to give me a dexterity check with disadvantage, please, to catch that cat. But yeah, you're trying to catch the cat. Finally, Jackson, he comes out of his room, and he is like,
Can I be more intelligent about this?
what do you mean?
Can I just pull out the gumbo?
I was gonna say bait the cat.
Yes, you could definitely pull out the gumbo. This is the last of it you have, though.
That's fine. I'll make more.
Okay. And so you finally get the cat cornered. Jane, she comes back and she is like, no, Jackson, no, go back to your room. Take your sister, go into your room. And she has her pistol out. All right, now, Rylan, I want you to
That's
jump.
mine.
What?
Yes.
It's a phase beast. Do you know what those things do?
I'm gonna guess I know what they do at this point.
Oh no, we've been told these,
All right.
these things will latch on to parts of people, teleport away with them, and then eat them in peace. They will literally sucker things off of things and then munch on them whenever they get the chance.
All right.
Entire limb.
This
are
thing
on the
will
table.
jump on your face, wrap its tentacles around your head, and teleport your head to the realm of shadows or someplace horrible.
It's also intelligent, and I have bonded with it, so.
I did that
What?
teleporting thing. It was sweet. Do it again, cat.
I also need these type of meats, and I start listing off some.
Right. You go ahead, you list off, and she's like still bewildered. Like, what? Phase beasts don't have friends. All right, they are vicious, wild predators.
As I grab the cat and put it on my shoulder with the gumbo balanced in one hand so it could eat.
And immediately Umbra is just, and Jane just looks dumbfounded, like, it's eating out of your hand.
Jane, I have a question for you. I am a Valna. Am I a beast to you?
Yes.
Why is that? What made me a beast in your eyes?
The fangs, the claws.
So by appearance, I am a beast, but yet I talk to you in your own language.
Because you're an intelligent beast.
Exactly. But aren't there other languages?
You're saying you can speak to that creature.
I could.
Because you guys are both cats?
I also have an ability that lets me do it.
That's speciest.
All right.
But
Wait,
that is a
what-
good question. I wonder if this cat could understand Val.
Does my husband know about this?
Actually, your husband left while we were dealing with things.
Immediately she turns around. Jonathan!
Oh, not now. Like.
All right,
I
she
meant-
is
yeah.
marching towards his
All
office.
right, bye bye. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the kitchen, I guess, and start looking for the raw meat so I can start refilling the thermos.
Okay, you head back to the galley and start making your famous Volna gumbo.
Yeah, I didn't get touched or used my ability since the level up in that situation, so I don't know if I need a rest just yet.
Hey, take it if you want. All right. Typhoon. Captain Jonathan Archer, you available?
Yeah.
All right, Ian, your captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Nathgar goes ahead and tells you, wow, this arm doesn't seem all that special. I believe it actually is. I've been tinkering and playing with it, and it has unrestricted access to certain things that I think even you would like.
Take a closer look at it.
Mm-hmm. All right. You do so, and he is so far 100% accurate. Yes, it is very high-tech, as in cybernetics go. Nothing experimental, but at the same time, it does have a certain mark. It has a certain signature that very few would actually be able to understand. There is a faction out there amongst the cosmos
Mm-hmm.
that hide very, very hard to recognize symbols on their technology, on their gear, so that other members of this faction are able to identify them, but almost no one else. They're a very shadowy faction. But so far, it doesn't seem as if Nathgar has put that together yet. But Captain, you definitely recognize that faction.
Let me take a closer look at this, and I'll reach out, touch it.
He goes, wait a minute, Captain. If this
Well,
ship
you would
leaves,
touch it.
I think you would like to be a member of your crew.
Let's say what?
I would like to be a member of your crew.
And just exactly what do you have to offer this crew?
I speak Alamu, and I am very good at secretarial and clerical work, as well as I have a degree in various types of programming. I am a master with computers. I have programmed my fair share of robots and automatons. And despite what you may read about me, I have not stolen that much money from Cubal machines.
Oh, but there is truth to the tales.
Only if it helps me become a crew. That's as you guys are
Outside of
having.
that, it's lies
double-sided
and
thing.
slander.
See,
But-
that's a double-sided thing.
It's lies and slander.
If you say, Captain, I remember that your transportation isn't always been legal as well.
Also, any
Right.
of those bad things were a Nath's car, not me.
NASCAR is my cousin, and I don't like him. But either way, as you guys are having this conversation, you hear your wife scream. You hear things break. You hear Brave Stride running down the hallway, saying something like, "Mook me." Right? A little bit of pandemonium is kind of breaking out.
You mean Perdimodium?
Yes.
I'll look at NASCAR. Is there anything I need to know about the fuzzball?
Fuzzball, the
The
bone.
walnut.
He's a very good shot with a sniper
We
rifle.
know that already.
I think there's something special with that sniper rifle, though.
Yeah, probably.
It seems core
Jane would
forged.
be upset about that. Think things that would upset people.
You Terrans are upset about so many things.
Ah,
Oh, the fur on my head is thinning. Oh, my reproductive organs are shrinking. You Terrans complain about everything.
Ah, these damn Prometheans.
These
In the
damn
general
Terrans.
Ah,
You're not
my
endearing
belly is
yourself to
getting
me very
bigger.
well.
This Terran that's upset,
Wait
is
here.
this your
Then I'll head for the
husbando?
door.
You go ahead, you take off, and Nathkar's just like alone in your office, like, it must be his husbando. All right. All right.
Open the door to the corridor.
Yeah, you get
Look.
there. It seems as if, as soon as you open the door to head towards the disturbance, you hear Jonathan, and your wife is coming towards you. She
Oh, God.
seems upset.
If his mother was here too.
Do
I'd
not
be-
tempt me.
Yeah.
All
I do
right.
believe I would be taking the nearest shuttle to the nearest uninhabited planet.
Where's my diabetes pills?
Right, but with this, finally, she comes stomping towards you. John, okay, listen, I've made my peace with the Promethean. All right,
Good.
fine. All right, but a phase beast? A phase
A
beast,
what?
Jonathan?
A what? A what?
Those vicious creatures that teleport people's limbs off and feast on them in the
Slow
darkness.
down. Slow down. Slow down.
No, don't
What
slow down.
about
No,
it?
you need to speed
they
up. You need to
are.
get that thing off of my ship right now. All right, that I will
I
not
know
have
what
that
they
thing
are.
eating the
What
face
is
off
this
of my
about?
child. Your friend, Brave Stride,
What friend?
says that he has tamed a phase beast, an untamable, wild, vicious creature, and I believe he is feeding it gumbo right now.
Well, there are those in the universe that say I tamed you. They could be wrong too. And I'll start headed for the kitchen.
Wait, did you mother? And you go ahead and you go into the galley as the door closed. Click, so but and inside the galley you do see Brave Stride getting various meats from the coolers and crowd units, and there is an actual cub, phase beast cub, on the table, still smacking on a little bit of very meaty gumbo. Right next to the table is Argus, slowly eating, listening to Tana rant and rave about something, and that is when Tana finally looks over. Oh, Argus, look at the phase beast. So, like I was saying, so the catch were able to use sound, and so that wait, It's
Pay no mind. It's harmless.
yeah, she's already under the table. Hold on to your leg.
Finally, silence as I continue eating.
Hey,
So,
Argy, what's up with the shoulder pet Brave Stride's sporting?
oh, Brave Stride is there. He's getting ready. It looks like he's getting ready to
know.
cook.
It's up by Argus, and
Mm-hmm.
Well, clearly the beast is rather attached to him, and it eats at his beck and call. I believe the term that you other sentient beings refer to it as a pet. It seems like some sort of quadrupedal slave, in my opinion, but it seems quite content.
has it shown you any hostility?
Lord, no, I have nothing to do with the beast.
Probably smarter for it.
I
More
have...
burgers in there on the stove if you want them.
Ah, wonderful. I'm just gonna like walk away with Tonto still clinging to my leg.
One, right. One moment. Sagaristio, you were still in the middle of working when you realized that you actually need a type of chemical solvent that you saw in the galley to help get some of the additional meat off of the plates so that they will adhere to the rest of the rigging that you're working on. Do you go to the galley to get that solvent?
Might as well.
A
Definitely.
solvent to make meat stick?
No, to take meat
No,
off.
to get the meat. Yeah,
Ah.
get the meat off of that.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say that seems counterproductive.
Yeah, that would be. All right. Also, before we get back to the conversation in the galley, Princess Aura, while you were sleeping peacefully, you have come to accept the singing of whatever artifact it is that's aboard the Astral Horizon with you. It doesn't bother you anymore. An additional song does, though. This one you haven't heard before, and this one is not the ancient Keshian language. This one is the modern. But it sounds extremely far away, yet getting closer. If you want, you can choose to wake up, but you don't have to.
Has it been a long rest?
Yes, you can say it's been a long rest.
If I had a long rest, I was at 2 hit points.
All right, yes, you will have the effect of a long rest too.
Yay!
Yeah, you sat there and ate for 8 hours straight, right?
You know what? That is how I reconstitute my cracking form.
That is the dream. But Princess Aura, do you get up or do you stay resting?
Yeah, I get up and I try to see if I can identify, like, does the more modern voices sound familiar?
It is definitely a Keshian war chant.
How far away does it sound?
Not on the station.
Man, I really hope I'm not hearing my father's ship on its way to get me.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom.
She's reading my notes.
Shit, she's using her powers IRL.
Right? Yes. Don't use a telepathy on the GM, all right? That's metagaming. Okay.
Bullshit! Use what you got.
Do it.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
Oh, that's the Keshian war chant? Yes, you cannot rest because that is what you hear echoing within your mind.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
This is how they intimidate their foes when they go into war. A bunch of green, bald people dancing to boom shakalaka in heavy armor and blaster rifles.
Yes, this is canon now.
These are your people.
Until
Alligator
they turn
Alley,
purple.
Alligator Alley Entertainment. Thank you so much for giving us the product of Esper
My first
Genesis.
thought is, while they're dancing, they're so snipeable.
We will see. But either way, the boom shakalaka echoes throughout your mind. You feel as if something is coming. You know it to be true.
Sorry, not sorry.
Heck, damn it.
I'm gonna
say.
go look for the captain.
Got you. As soon as you head out your quarters and into the corridors of the astral horizon, you're able to hear various conversations take place in the galley. And you actually run across Sagaristio as he's just getting ready to go in as well. Do you two say anything?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. You look like you were just trying to catch some Z's. You can't sleep?
No, I was able to get some sleep, and Ori's still dozed off in her chair, so I think my father's on his way, so I think we should maybe get out of here.
Do I want to know how you could possibly know that? Is that some sort of, like, Hessian telepathy or something?
Of sorts. I'm just hearing a war chant approaching us, and it just I'm getting the impression it's maybe like a royal army kind of sound.
Boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom.
I have many questions on. First of all, why would your father bring an entire army just to come get you? But then again, I have seen your father before overreact with certain situations.
Yeah, the last time he saw us was when we were fleeing after we had destroyed a prison complex. He probably is under a not so great assumption, and then maybe Lillian's video of me saying I'm looking for a man probably did not help matters.
This is she close enough for the rest of us to hear this conversation?
Yes, they're right by the door that slides open to lead into the galley, yeah.
Wonderful, because I'm going to take this opportunity to walk up and kind of like awkwardly present myself, Princess. I believe I might have something that may help.
He says
And
this with Tana wrapped around his leg, by the way.
Yes, I have what is equivalently a toddler wrapped around my leg.
I am a full-grown woman.
And I'm going to present to her my hollow mask. Please use this as you will, but it may be a way for you to escape scrutiny of your appearance, or perhaps even make a decoy for yourself. I have very little use for the item. It has been tremendously helpful recently, but I feel you may need it more, especially after this. And I'm gonna play the recording of it. It was like, oh, she's looking for a man video.
Right. And as you're trying to pull that video off, and Tana, she's going, wait. Princess, go back to your quarters. All right, there's a vicious phase beast over there. And even you're aware of the legend of the phase beast, Princess Aura, how they actually grow to the size of tigers.
Miss Tana, this thing is merely a cub. It is small, and it is very pleasant to be around.
And it's right behind the princess.
Please do not incite panic.
I'm smart. It's going to eat me. Argus, don't let it eat me. You know, in the bad way. Don't let it eat me.
Miss Tana, hold yourself and go back to your quarters, please.
And so with that, she kind of gets up and she holds her little hair tentacles and sloops her head sadly and goes,
I shall join you shortly, but please keep calm.
okay.
Would you like anything for me to bring for dinner?
Can I get some Huva milk?
I will bring what I can.
The extra slimy type.
I will bring what I can.
Oh, the beast has got the princess.
Shh.
And Tana goes running off. Right, but
Very mature, Captain.
with all you guys there, we got the captain chuckling over that. We have Brave Stride preparing some food and feeding his phase beasts. Sagarista, you've come in and I'm assuming you're looking for the solvent.
Yeah.
I only got one thing to say to Raylan. It gets out of hand, I have to put it down. It's your problem, and I'll put you down with it. Otherwise, more the merrier. Feed your beast. And I'm going to head out.
Why does
Well,
that sound
Back
sexual?
up to the bridge.
Oh, well, before you head out, though, the door slides open, and Nathgar, he comes in with the arm. Oh, there is everybody. Oh, look at this. I found this cool feature. And he goes ahead and he clicks something on the arm, and immediately it makes this like dark red holographic framework of the rest of the secretary's body.
So about that arm, it's still active, just so you know, Archer.
Oh, most definitely. And also, I've been monitoring Colette's financial transactions. You see this part here, it actually is also a hologram emitter. And he goes ahead, as he turns it to show you guys, it actually flashes over Captain Archer. And there's this wirework of a infiltrator suit around him for just the briefest moment. And as you see, there was, as a matter of fact, Sagaricio. Perception check with advantage.
Oh boy! Let's see. That's that.
So she actually has access to one of his accounts. You see, after I realized that it had access to one of his accounts, it happened to be drained mysteriously. There was only some money in it that she transferred to the two of us. What happened to the rest of those Cubal, I have no idea. But
Naz, I got a question for you.
Oh, go.
So if you're monitoring it, have you checked to see who else is monitoring it?
Aggie, this is your baby to deal with. I got a feeling we got to make a quick exit.
Well, I got a 16, so...
Oh, a 16, yeah. When it flashed over Captain Archer, you recognize that infiltrator suit. It was the same one that you took a shot at a long time ago that also was responsible for why your arm is cybernetic. A flood of emotions begins to come over you, as for just a brief moment you begin to relive the incident at that covert lab that you used to work at.
Well, I think they'll hear a crash at whatever. I guess it'd be like almost like a kitchen sink or something like that. We're in the galley, so yeah, they'll hear a crash of something as the plates are hitting the countertop and all that, and the mechanical arm is shaking at this point. As trying to keep things in check on my end.
Captain Archer, roll insight with advantage. Yes, I did not check to see if someone else was monitoring these transactions. I was just making sure that they wouldn't know that it was me. But it seems as if he is withdrawing large amounts of Cubal.
That's nice. He's trying to run. We pretty much gathered that, but you pretty much just led him to our ship.
No, I made sure to cover my tracks.
Did you, though?
That's how you stay not caught. Isn't that right, Captain? And he says that as the captain is seemingly extremely serious as Sagaricio. Then Nathgar looks over at Sagaricio, who's looking very intensely at the captain. And Captain,
How about a 22?
You see,
well, that added up, but if it was
Yeah.
percentage, it would have been 20.
Yeah, but Captain, you see the arm twitch. You see the look on his face. You see the look of recognition on Sagaristio's face.
Sagi, we'll talk later. We don't have time to deal with it now. If we don't get out of here and get that thing shut down to we're not being tracked, we're in trouble. Search your head, not your heart.
You guys hear alarms going off, not inside the ship, but actually outside the ship in the hangar. There's this echoing of sound of people pretty much leaving and heavy machines leaving, coming from the ramp that leads outside the astral horizon. Captain, you said you'd taken off for the bridge. Sagaricio,
Yep.
What do you do?
Well, I'm going to look at Nathgar, and I'm not even going to ask for that arm. I'm taking the arm. I'm forcibly shutting it down. I'm going to then hand it back to him. Like, you keep that off until later. I'm heading to engineering.
It's not attached to me, so it's always off, but I get what you mean.
It has an internal battery. I recognize that technology.
Yeah, that was the arm check I was telling you about that was still active.
Yeah, this is why you shut them down when you get appropriated parts.
So you go ahead, take the arm, turn it off, shove it back to him. Do you do anything else like Mauricio?
Well, at that point, I don't think those plates are really going anywhere, so I'm just gonna kind of push them to the side, and I'm heading down to engineering.
Got you. Princess Aura, there was this emotional exchange between the captain and Sagaricio. You felt a wave of guilt go over the captain, and you felt old pain and old wounds being reopened in Sagaricio. What do you do?
Captain, I think we maybe need to depart sooner rather than later.
You're definitely right about that. Saying that, the captain is already taking off from the galley and leaving towards, heading towards the bridge. Brave Stride, you were like literally in the middle of cooking your gumbo. What are you doing?
Finish cooking my gumbo.
Got you.
Life or death situation. Gumbo.
The gunning situation.
I
The
stir
gunning
both vigorously.
First of all, he's got to keep that fucker fed. So I 100% support the feed the beast motion.
What? You don't want to deal with a hungry phase beast?
No, I don't even want to deal with a hungry Tana at this point in time. She's harmless.
Take a 10 on my survival and make it a 14 to speed cook this shit.
Oh no, you can't take a 10 to speed cook.
No. Taking a 10 is a routine test, which means you're doing the right amount of time to do it. However, I'm going to move towards taking one of those gunner seats and at least be prepared to fire upon anything coming at us.
Sounds good. All right. So the thing is this. You have put in all the ingredients. You have put in all the meat. Now it's just, you got to give it time for it to cook. You can turn up the heat, but you're going to lose a lot of flavor.
No, low and slow. Do it low and slow.
Hey, Jane, can you make sure this stays cooking? Thank you.
Well,
And
Jane wasn't in there, but sure. All right. You say over the cobs. She's like, wait, is that phase beast still in there? No, I am not going in that. No.
if you keep the beast fed, it won't hurt you. Later.
Right. Are you hopping into the other gunner seat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Putting a timer up on one of my HUDs.
You go ahead, you hop into the seat, the straps automatically seal you into it, and immediately all the the heads of displays begin flickering to life in front of you. Targeting systems, ammo count, charge level, and you bring up one by yourself and you expand it out. Gumbo timer. As you grab the joysticks and immediately begin sliding and shifting to get your bearings back at the gunner seat. The door opens again, and it's Ori. She has come in, and she's currently just wiping some of the sleep from her eyes. Your Grace, I apologize. I was more exhausted than I had initially. Your Grace, a beast!
Oh my fucking god!
And she is tackling you, right?
On the comms. Next person to scream about my phase beast, I'm putting in a room together by yourselves.
With the beast.
Right. Your Grace, you must get out of here immediately. All right. I'll let it feast and teleport parts of my body away, but you must get away.
Safe. It's fine. We're fine.
How are we fine? This beast of lore has infiltrated the ship, Your Grace.
It's eating gumbo.
Your lore does not match up with my lore.
It's a pet.
Well, if nothing else, they have a tenuous alliance.
I'd like to think of it as a business arrangement.
Shows, well, your Grace, perhaps you should stay far away from it in case this alliance falters.
We're probably fine. Probably.
Probably, maybe.
Up until we're not.
All right.
And we're still probably fine.
So, with that, we have Brave Stride in his gunner seat. We have Argus in his gunner seat. Sagaricio, you've went down into engineering, getting all the systems primed to take off. The good news is, all the systems are operational, they're online, and they are working at top tip function. The bad news is, the crew outside did not finish restoring the integrity of the hull. Only half. Captain, you have ran to the bridge, hopped at the helm, getting ready to start plugging in coordinates when you realize you actually have an incoming message from the buyer, the client of the specific artifact that you have in your captain's quarters. Do you accept this communique?
Take a message.
All right. You go ahead and you do so, and now you're able to actually look out amongst the entire hangar, and that's when you realize there are no more ships in this hangar. A lot of the worker crew that tend to the ships and do the maintenance and repairs, they are leaving and clearing out space.
That tells me one thing and one thing only. There's something big and bad out there.
Perhaps a
Go up.
a Keshian military.
You also realize that they have not released the clamps on the Astral Horizon, and the force field currently is in keep out or keep in mode, meaning that if you flew the Astral Horizon into it, it's effectively colliding against a wall.
Yeah. Activating comm to my little lady friend with the quick question, what's going on out there, and what's it going to take to get me out the door?
Johnny, you old space dog. This is currently beyond me. And she goes ahead, she shows you this beautiful golden spaceship that is currently approaching Pel Ivaro. Definitely of Kesh design.
Oh, princess, daddy's home. We're in trouble.
He is gone for a moment. In real life, her dad called.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Whoa. When
Scary when
life meets art.
imitates art and vice versa.
Exactly.
So perhaps now's the perfect time for a 10-minute break.
Most
Yeah,
definitely. I was
good
just
one.
getting ready to do it. You were reading my mind too. We are all so much on the same page. But let us go ahead and get to a break, and we'll be back in about hopefully about 5 or so minutes. See you soon.
I'd say 10 to be safe.
Fine. 10 minutes. All right.
Okay.
hoppity, let's fuck off this property.
Okay, and we're back. All right, where were we? We were at the most pivotal point right now that a Keshian warship has arrived at Pel Evaro. Our intrepid heroes, actually not so intrepid, but our intrepid heroes are currently doing their best to escape the fate that is currently in front of them. A massive golden ship, brimming with weapons, turrets, various energy weaponry, photon torpedoes, and then some. Inside the hangar, various alarms are going off and blaring. People have cleared out. There are no other ships here. Captain Archer, you are on the comms with Marissa Huntley, asking for her assistance in getting out of here, but unfortunately, this is even beyond her.
Brostride, perhaps we should aim for the locking mechanisms. Captain, give us the go-ahead.
You know,
Nathkar, you said you're good with computers. You got 20 seconds. Get us unlocked.
Oh, you want me to do that? With that,
Just
immediately,
get to it.
he leaves the galley. He's rushing down, pretty much waddling down the corridor to get to the bridge. This place
While
really
waiting
is
on him, I'm
nicer.
setting my course trajectories and setting for a jump.
All right.
It's all pre-progged.
Most definitely. You begin typing that in. Give me an astrophysics roll, please, while that's happening. And if you're rushing it, do it at disadvantage, but it will definitely get you further away. While you're doing that.
Doing it rushed. That's why I said while I'm waiting on him and getting unlocked.
Got you. All right, let me see if I can work my magic. And he interlocks his claws, stretches them out, pops his knuckles, and begins typing away furiously. Finally, the force field goes from effectively solid to passable. And a smaller golden Keshian vessel emerges from the warship, speeds through the force field, and lands in the hangar.
Come on, come on, come on. We don't have all day.
Aura. That chanting is getting louder and louder and louder. You realize that whoever is aboard that smaller vessel, they have Keshian weaponry.
1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Jane, to our quarters. Secondary code for the safe. Bring me what's in it.
Immediately she reports back. Roger.
Princess, get your butt up here. I need you.
So,
Where is he?
the Archer is on the bridge right now.
I
Right.
head
Say that again.
I head over.
Gotcha. All right. It just takes you moments to rush down the corridor. The door opens up. You're in the bridge. So far, it's just the captain and Nathkar. He's currently at his console, tapping furiously, and you're seeing various access denied screens. Captain, what do you say to the princess?
Waiting for Jane to walk in the door.
It takes a moment, but she does. As Jane is coming into the bridge, all of you, including the gunners, Argus and Brave Stride, you see the smaller vessel's landing ramp lower, and a very tall Furakesh male comes out.
Oh, shit.
Golden high-tech battle armor. He effectively has a rack of various weapons on his back. Some a halberd, a sword, a great sword, a couple of sticks, a rifle.
As soon as Jane comes in with that item.
She's here, and she goes, Jonathan, what is this?
Hand it to her. Bring it here, and I use my biometrics to unlock the case that it's in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have at it, my lady. Hope it does you some good.
Right. Captain Archer, you have to pull your eye patch to the side. Your cybernetic eye flashes red, a very specific code that unlocks the container. And inside is the handle of some sword, maybe a dagger. You cannot tell because there is no blade. But it is gold, Keshian writing written all along the hilt. Some purple cloth of gorgeous quality is wrapped around the handle. Captain, you give this to Aura?
Yup.
As soon as he stretches it out towards you, Aura, it's singing. The ancient Keshian singing gets louder and louder and louder and multiplies in your mind, urging you to take it, to take the power, to use it. What do you do, Aura?
I take it.
You reach over, and as soon as your fingers is close, it almost zaps you like a static charge. But you grab it, and immediately there's this rush of energy and sensation that goes completely into you, almost knocking you over before a moment time stops. And for this moment, your mind is no longer in the astral horizon. You blink hard, and then you find yourself lying on your back on a very rocky surface. The sounds of war and battle are all around you. As you get up and you see the explosions, the blasts of various lasers, you see two warring Keshian races, the purple and the green, charging towards each other, colliding. People are dying on both sides. Finally, one brave Keshian warrior, green of skin, wearing golden armor, wielding this same handle that you have. A blade of pure sorium energy shoots out of it. Its length must be somewhere in the realm between 10, maybe 12 feet. He charges through the battlefield, sweeping it left and right, cutting everyone in front of him asunder. The war, the battle continues. The purple Kesh begin to utilize some weird type of techniques. You see their eyes glowing, their minds glowing. The very ground underneath their feet begin to shake. Rocks begin to lift up and pelt the green Keshian forces like rounds fired from a minigun. As the war continues, finally, the purple Kesh managed to summon the massive creature composed of sorium and hatred. Its malice begins to form plates over its body, and it dwarfs the green Keshian hero wearing his golden armor and his ridiculously long blade. The massive purple sorium creature fights this being, and in the end, they destroy one another. The handle, alone, with the energy of the blade dissipating, flies from the dead Keshian hero's hands, bounces over towards you. And in the distance, you see all of the purple Kesh wailing in sorrow. Those that gave up their spirits, their essences to summon their champion, that great purple saurian beast, dead. People mourning them. The rest of the green Kesh swarming in. And with that, you're brought back into the current time. into the current moment aboard the bridge of the astral horizon. You're currently holding the handle. You feel its power, and you feel the blade within that wishes to emerge. Captain, you're receiving a communique from...
Bring it up.
Immediately, a hologram flickers and is the Green Kesh. He is standing right in front of your ship.
How can I help you?
I am a sentinel of the royal family of Kesh.
Well, then you're not the one I need to talk to. Bring your boss back. Click.
Immediately kind of turns his head to the side as if the conversation didn't go as he anticipated.
Come on, lizard lips. We gotta go.
There was serious errors here, but perhaps it would be quicker if they were disengaged manually. They are keeping me out of the system.
Argus, Fuzzball, go.
I'm sorry, Captain, but you're giving me orders in a situation that I do not fully understand now.
The Green Kesh is trying to call you again, Captain. Do you take it or ignore it?
Raylan, you remember what you asked?
Which question?
You guys were both raring to go to blow the locks. Let's get out of here. Lizard Lip says it's better to do them manually.
That's only because they seem to have been updating their security recently. They had some type of breach.
Guess as to who did that. You boys think you can shoot out the locks? I'll get us out the door.
The locks have been disengaged because I am a genius. Immediately, as soon as you hear the cha-ching, 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 you guys are hovering currently inside of the hangar.
Okay.
Immediately, the Sentinel's eyes begin to glow, and he reaches out with his hand, and all of you feel the astral horizon shudder.
Now, is that force field still passable?
It currently is.
Engaging preset coordinates. We're gone. And with the 20 I rolled on that.
Oh, right. When did you roll a 20 again? Yeah. You set the coordinates, but piloting out of here, that's a different story. Right now, your engines are being stressed. Somehow, this Keshian Sentinel is able to hold the astral horizon at bay. He's not doing so with his physical might. He seems to be utilizing some type of technique that you haven't seen before. But right now, he has both hands up. Energy is just siphoning off of his form and wrapping around the astral horizon.
All right, well, while he's doing that, I'm going to take a shot at him with the cannon that I'm at.
All right, you go ahead and begin to spin the turret around to blast him, and that's when both of you guys realize that the turret on his little vessel is targeting the astral horizon.
Actually, leave my gunner seat.
To do what?
I'm going to go to the princess.
Okay. You hop out, rush the hallways, you get to the bridge. Argus, roll to attack.
What am I adding to this specifically?
Your dexterity modifier. And wait, you are proficient in space vehicles, right?
I am, yes.
All right, then you add in your proficiency bonus.
Which is still only a +2 at this point, correct?
Yep.
Huzzah! I get a +3 bonus on this.
Go for it.
Ooh.
The door slides open. Brave Stride, you are there. You see Princess Aura. She's holding this golden, immaculate hilt.
Oh, 21.
Oh!
Nicely done.
Nice.
Oh.
And he's sitting here getting ready to slam the Astral Horizon down. His ship fires. Some portion of the Astral Horizon is hit, but then he gets blasted. He loses concentration, and the Astral Horizon is freed from the hangar. Currently, aboard the bridge, all types of red holographic screens are popping up to let you know that you guys are being targeted by the war vessel.
Guys, I hate to say it, if we're dipping out now.
Yep.
Also, sensors are detecting another vessel leaving one of the other hangars. Brave Stride, do you still have the scope or the rifle on you?
Yes. Well, no, I handed it to Zach so he could do the bipod. So I kind of need to get that back.
Oh, well, just curious. Okay, yeah. Because you do, even though you don't have it, you do feel its presence acting up for some strange reason.
Oh, all right.
Either way, you went to the bridge for a reason, correct?
Yep.
What was that reason?
I look at the princess, and this is not our fight.
I agree.
And I do not agree. This is the way that we should have done this. You are royalty, and you are running.
If I were to walk to the edge of the bridge, how far away would it be between me and the exterior of the ship?
Good question, but long story short, somewhere in between the realm of 10 and 12 feet, because there's a few, there's a console, there's a little bit of space, and then there's the glass canopy.
I'm just gonna walk straight to the glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna phase step to basically appear on the exterior of the ship.
Out into the vacuum of space?
No, onto the
Oh,
well,
right.
you never emphasized that we left the hangar, so I'm operating under the assumption that we're still.
Okay, I apologize. All right. Yeah, yes, you guys have left the hangar. You guys are currently in space, but do we want to rewind? Do we want to go back?
No, there's a solution to this, if you're okay with me helping out. I am going to go gather all my stuff.
Okay.
I have that green gem still. And it's teleported me before.
All right. You take off from the bridge. Dark Lovely, do we need to go back a little bit?
It's hard to say. So I probably would have tried to do the phase step before we left the hangar.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, are there anyone who opposes going back a step?
Nope.
What to do?
All right. Sounds good. So we go back.
We're safe scumming. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Between the princess and I still happened, though? Or are we just going back?
Oh, no. You got sucked right back into the bridge, so you didn't have a chance to have that conversation yet. So what's happening right now is this. We have backed up to the point where the clamps that were holding the Astral Horizon in place inside the hangar have just been hacked by Nathkar. The Astral Horizon is hovering inside the hangar. The Keshian Sentinel, in his gold armor, realizes that you guys are trying to escape, and even though he's on foot inside the hangar, he decides to use some type of technique to hold the Astral Horizon in place. Princess, you see what's going on, and Brave Stride, you confer to her that there's a better way to handle this. Princess Aura, realizing the truth of his words, you do phase step to the point where you are outside of the Astral Horizon, standing on the very front tip of it. You're able to actually look down and see the straining Sentinel And you actually recognize him now that you're outside and looking directly at him. He is actually part of your father's royal guard. His name is
Father
Ray.
here.
You ask him that. He sees that you're outside of the ship and realizes that if he continues to hold it in place, it may injure you. And so, he stops. Your Grace, Father is not here. I have come to collect you.
For what?
I do not know what the king has in store for you. I merely know what I am ordered to do.
Surely if it was for something important, my father would not be interrupting the work I am doing, rooting out a treasonous space master. Space station coordinator, my bad.
Your Grace, you know I will not stop until I complete my quest. I ask that you come with me one last time.
On one condition.
That depends. What is this condition?
The people in this ship, Ori included, don't get hurt and don't get imprisoned and are free to hunt down the traitor that we seek.
They are not my mission. You are. They will not be harmed. They will not be persecuted. You have announced across the sim that you have kidnapped yourself and that they are not at hand. With that, immediately you see his armor begins to light up and he hovers straight up so that he's looking at you face to face. Then finally he sees what you have in your hand and a shock expression rushes across his face before he regains his composure. Princess, what are you doing with that?
It was gifted to me.
He hovers to the point where he's only about 2 feet away from you. Hand it to me, Princess.
It's not yours. It's mine.
You feel the handle trembling in your hand. Not trembling with fear, but trembling with a desire to strike him down. Princess, a weapon such as this should not be in your hands. You have not been trained.
And one of your stations should not be telling a princess what she can or cannot hold.
With that, he lowers his eyes. Your Grace, my vessel is this way. With that, he moves to the side. He gestures, and a platform of sorium energy appears right before you to step on. Aboard the bridge, the doors open up, and Ori, she comes through, and she goes, she came this way, and she's able to look out the canopy and see you standing there, Aura, and her eyes get huge. Your Grace, Your Grace, no, Your Grace!
Ori,
Help me gather my stuff. I'll get you to her.
But wait, is that It's Remus.
What was that?
He is the king's sentinel. He doesn't fail. He doesn't stop. He doesn't die. He is a single cache of complete and utter focus and will. Once he sets his mind to do anything, that's all that he does until its completion. If the king has sent Remus to Brave Stripe, what must I do? You must help me, please.
So I'm gonna gather all my stuff
Mm,
and gather my sniper, if I can do that real quick. Talk to
definitely. You're able to do so. Argus, what's going on with you?
Well, it feels like a whole lot of political stuff that might not necessarily involve me and Tana.
Mm. Speaking of Tana, you do hear the access hatch behind you opening up, and you definitely hear the grunting of Tana trying to squeeze into the gunner's pod with you. Argus, move your arm. Move your arm.
Fine.
Why is it so cramped in here?
It's meant for one person.
But like 3 of me can fit in here.
Yes, 3 of you and less than 1 of me.
Why are you so big in here?
I was made this big.
Well, I told them to make you smaller, but they didn't listen to me.
Well, I mean, do you really complain about me being this size?
No.
Okay. Next of all, it seems like we're running into a political impasse.
Well, I think I took one course on intergalactic politics, but wait, what's going on?
The guy there is trying to take Aura from us.
They're both Kesh. Why doesn't she just tell him to go away? Isn't she the princess?
She is. He's royal guard. He is sent to collect her.
Collect her? She's not a Cosmomon. What is this?
Princess. Sorry. Tana, you understand if
You called me princess. I feel special.
it's because you're small and delicate.
Oh.
If your clan had declared that I must collect you, I would do it by almost any means necessary. This golden cash is doing exactly that.
So you're saying you relate to him?
I relate to the situation. Currently,
Well, if you're just like him, maybe you could tell him, like, go away. And he would understand because you would do something like that too because you guys are kind of similar. You guys are, like, big and strong and you wear armor. And
it's Tana, when have I ever been good with words?
Well, it's not about being good with words. It's just about relating. There's a difference. You don't have to be good with words to relate.
I disagree. A large part of my stance is the fact that I can physically defend what I say, but I am bad at saying things. This man is royalty amongst warriors, if that makes sense.
Well, I think you explained it very well, so maybe you're better with words than you say you are.
Oh, I do not wish to fight this man, as he will most likely destroy me.
Wait a minute. And she goes ahead, she grabs your face. Argus, you can do to him what he can't do to you.
I feel like you're babbling at this point, but go on.
You have a great advantage over him. You're Ashen Forged. Listen, just go up to him and kick him in the reproductive spheres.
Really? That is your feedback from the situation.
Well, you don't have reproductive spheres, so you kick him in his, and while he's incapacitated, we'll leave.
That does not mean I do not feel pain. How does one so smart in the scientific field not know this?
I'm sure it hurts you being kicked in the crotch, but you don't have reproductive spheres that makes the pain worse. But the Kesh do!
Miss Tana, if this is what you request of me, I will fulfill my duty, but please know I'm expecting physical harm out of this action.
Argus.
Should I continue?
No, I don't want you getting messed up.
Well, then we need to figure out another solution.
Okay. And with that, she like crawls all over you and puts her knee on your face as she's leaving the gunner pod.
If you can determine a weakness for this individual to give us an advantage or something, that would be most appreciated.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to him. Bye.
No, what you're doing? What?
Okay, Sagaristio. There was a little bit of damage from whatever was holding the Astral Horizon in place, but you're kind of not too sure about what's going on until you start looking at the various holographic screens that's showing what's happening outside. What do you do, Sagaristio?
Oh man, it's a very delicate situation that we're in, because any sort of sudden move that we see could be seen as retaliation, or they're trying to escape and they just open fire.
Yes, you're able to actually check out a little bit of the scopes on, well, the specs on that warship. You guys will be blasted into oblivion before getting to any type of jump point.
Yeah. And we're not at full capacity because the hull is only still at like
50%.
Yeah, 50% at best.
Yep.
So in this situation, I can't do a whole lot. I have to leave this up to them. Like when they come up with a plan, I'll be able to put something into motion. But as it sits right now, it's like, my hands are tied.
Right.
How do you think I feel?
Right.
So, and I'm not gonna start dealing with Keshian politics because that's not gonna go well.
The door to the engine room opens up, and Jackson, he comes in. He looks a little mopey. He goes, hey, Sagaristio. How's she humming?
All systems are normal. Everything's good to go. It's just the hull is not as beefy as I'd like it to be, but you deal with what the hand you've been dealt with. How are you feeling?
Feeling all types of things. That I'm sad and Dad hates Lillian, and Lillian probably hates me right now, and we were supposed to, you know, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's a shame, that is. Look, I know you don't want to really hear it from me, being the perfect Promethean, always so fantastic, but
Yeah, that's Mom already. I have a couple of Promethean friends she doesn't know about.
well, either way, it's no, you probably don't want to hear it right now, but honestly, you could do better, Jackson.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, you start working on some stuff, doing some engineering like I am, pump a little bit more iron, get some of these, and I'll flex my fleshy arm.
Right.
Oh, you'll get noticed. You'll get noticed a lot quicker, and by someone who will appreciate more than just this, but they'll appreciate what's upstairs too.
Really? Can you get me started with getting? He goes, hey, he tries to flex.
If we can get through this, yeah, I'll help you out with that.
Well, cool. Oh, look what I saw on the sensors, because I had nothing to do, so I finally aligned the sensor array. He goes ahead, he brings up a scan, and it looks like another Keshian vessel. This one's definitely not royalty, but it seems to be leaving from another hangar.
Interesting. You know what? Since I have some of that extra stuff on me, I'm gonna see if Balo's communicator actually received any signals from that.
right? You go ahead and you check it out. Go ahead and give me a mechanics and our computers check, whatever is higher. Brave Stride, you said you were gathering your stuff, that's including a sniper rifle, and heading out with Ori.
Yep.
Okay. You're going down the ramp. Princess Aura, let me know. Did you hop onto that platform? Did you go with the Sentinel Remus?
I was actually going to use Mental Missive
Ooh.
For Brave Stride
Oh.
to just tell him I'm going back, but I need someone to track down and handle Colette Felgavo. And you're the one I trust to do it. You can use my name in this pursuit. I might be gone for a while.
I understand. But I don't have I'm not in the records. I don't have that type of power here.
I can set it up for you once I'm back.
Well, how long will that be?
Depends on how pissed off my dad is.
And I got a 15 on my check.
I'm bringing Ori to you.
I don't know that she'll be safer with me.
But she did come with you, and she does have her duty to you. And it would not make sense for her to stay here without you. Also, I cannot tame her if she becomes purple.
Am I able to hear this part of the conversation?
No,
Unfortunately, this is all mental.
Okay, so Aura's just gonna stand on the platform.
Uh-oh.
Stand on the ship.
Wait a minute. Your audio kind of has changed.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Aura's not going to step onto the platform. Now that she knows that Ori's on her way, she's going to wait until Ori's closer to get on the platform.
All right. You get ready to take that step and then you stop. Immediately, the Sentinel Remus, he goes, Princess, what is wrong?
We're waiting for my lady maid.
Ah, your bondservant, of course.
She's on her way.
You definitely hear her running out of the astral horizon. Your Grace, I'm coming. With that, the Sentinel Remus, he gestures and he brings Ori up to where the two of you are. There. We have your bondservant. Step onto the platform.
One more thing. I need to give a measure of authority to a member of this ship. What is the fastest way to do that?
You may pass the bondservant bracer to one other non-Kesh. And you know that he's referring to, there is this golden, since that is effectively your color, rope bracelet that's around Ori's wrists. Because you are actually able to send Ori out in your name to do things. If that same band is on someone else, that authority goes with it. That the Kesh will recognize. Anyone else, it's a little bit of a bureaucracy.
So just to verify, I don't have to take it from Ori. I can have a second one.
No, you have to take it from Ori. And of course, Ori, she looks at you. Your Grace. You know I would willingly sacrifice my life. To take my bondservant braid is trivial. I give it freely. And with that, she goes ahead and she begins to take it off. Immediately, a blade materializes and goes to her throat. You know, a bondservant is unable to remove the braid. It is only by royal decree. He puts the blade back. And Orishi just turns to face you, Princess, and holds out her wrist that has the royal bronze servant braid.
Ori, when we get back, I'm giving you a title. Please understand this is only temporary.
And with that, Orishi just looks at you. She tells you, there's nothing you can do to me, Your Grace, that will ever change how I feel. We're friends. And with that, the Sentinel Remus, you think you're on the same level as Keshian royalty? You are deluded.
She does not think, she knows. This is a friendship between us, and you are not allowed to have an opinion on it.
We are wasting time, Princess.
It's not a waste of time if we catch a traitor. And I'm going to reach down and get the bracelet. And then I'm going to hold it in my palm and say, I need you to give this to the Volna nearby.
You are bestowing such authority to a Volna.
He is my agent now.
This is unheard of, Princess.
So is allowing a traitor to walk free that has caused so much harm to our people on this space station. Do not question me again.
With that, he extends his hand to receive the braid. He takes it, hovers down. Volna, step forward.
I do, with a smile.
By the power, authority, and grace bestowed upon me by Aura, Princess of the Kesh, she, and in her name, has bestowed upon certain authorities, responsibilities, obligations upon you. What is your name?
Raylan Bravestride.
Raylan of the Brave Stride Pride. This honor has been bestowed upon you. Extend your wrist.
I extend my left wrist.
He goes ahead and ties it on there. Do not dishonor the Kesh royal name, our family, or the consequences will be much dire.
Oh, so I have something to say then. Since I'm directly under Princess Aurora now?
You are.
Oh, don't let any ship leave here. As they are probably a danger to her, which she has not brought up that traitor wants her head.
With that, immediately, you see a little bit of anger flash on his face. He levitates up to where you are, Princess. You speak of a traitor, and now your brand speaks of one as well. Are you saying that there was an attempt upon your life?
I mean, yeah.
Someone dares to touch the royalty of the Kesh. You will identify this person now.
Colette Vilgavo.
Immediately, the Sentinel Remus the Sentinel Remus turns. And Princess, Your communicator is going off. According to Sagaristio, he sends you a message that says, "We have someone trying to flee. Might be Colette trying to make his getaway."
Rayland is right. I think the ship leaving is Colette.
Warship of the
Something's
Kesh.
aware of it too now.
Scan for any
I still want to
ships.
execute him. I still want to kill him. Cool.
Princess. The warship has captured in its tractor beam a vessel, Keshian make. We're currently scanning it. Immediately, he puts up this hologram that's listing the
Lights.
members of crews. Yes,
Lights up.
yes, thank you. All right, maybe the drink is kicking in a little bit. It's all right.
Sight.
Sight.
Lights.
Maggie, shoot him that comlink code.
All right.
I don't know who he's talking about.
It's not me.
Golden guy.
All right, Captain. You're going to
look at the
opening.
sensors and finally see who he's talking about. It's like, oh, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The
It's like-
gardener. Jose.
And it's like, all right, I'll send him the information. It's like, yeah, no, it's this ship.
But yes, it has been proven that the ship that was attempting to flee Pelavaro belongs to Colette Felgavo. Sentinel Remus brings up the hologram of him. Is this the traitor you're speaking of? The one that attempted to take your life?
That's the very same, and Raylan will handle it.
With that, he gestures for the platform. Warship, do not fire upon the astral horizon. Princess, please step aboard the platform and allow your bard, your brand, to board this vessel and to deal with the traitor. Least I do.
All right, let's go.
You take that fateful step onto the platform. You and Ori and the Sentinel Remus hover down to his vessel. Captain, the Astral Horizon has been given clearance.
Given this turn of events, I'll power down, set the landing gears, and yeah. Wait and see how this plays out.
Is that so? Right now, you have a moment to leave the hangar and to blast Colette Felgavo out into the stars. But so far, your senses are registering that Brave Stride is outside of the ship, as well as Princess Aura and Ori. But with that, immediately, like you said, you power down and land the Astral Horizon. This actually confuses the Sentinel Remus. He looks over at you, Princess Aura. What is happening?
It's like I said, we were after Colette.
My warship is holding his ship. Why isn't your ship, the Astral Horizon, leaving?
Because they need to attack Colette.
Immediately, Captain, the Sentinel Remus, he appears before you. Give me all your comm systems. Power up your ship. Destroy the traitor.
Okay. Power everything back up.
Immediately, the ship kind of hovers on, begins to take off. You retract its landing gear.
I'm actually
Sagaricio?
gonna pop up on the comms. I'm like, no. Well, I'm not leaving anything to chance. Bring him here.
You pop on the comms to who?
To the captain. Like, I'm not taking any chances with Colette. Bring him here.
You're good. Got this. Fly the ship up parallel to Felgavo's ship and request prisoner transfer.
All right.
And I will meet at the doors with Strife Cutter in hand, waiting.
So with that, the Astral Horizon leaves the hangar of Pale Elvaro Station. Princess, your clothes kind of rustle in the breeze of the ship that kind of became a home to you. Take off through the force field into the vastness of space for just a moment. You're able to see the massive warship of the Kesh blocking most of the stars as the Astral Horizon curls towards the other smaller Keshian vessel currently held in a tractor beam. Ori just simply holds your hand. And then she looks at you, Your Grace. We are forgetting more of your property. And she kind of gives you that look as if trying to get you to remember someone.
Who, Balo?
She nods.
He's not property, he's free.
Immediately, the Sentinel Remus. Princess, do you have another bondservant? And Ori is like nodding, like, say yes.
Oh yes, please take him.
Sounds like he's trying to get rid of the little purple rage machine.
That little purple rage machine might be exactly what we need for stuff later.
Yo, I can't just, like, stop a purple dude. She's like the Kesh Whisperer.
She has been the whisperer for everybody, and I gave her a
Yeah.
goddamn hollow mask so she can do that better.
Well, I already have a talent called Alter Appearance.
While true, you don't need to spend powers to use the hollow mask.
So once again, the Sentinel Remus is staring at you, Princess. Is there another of your bondservants aboard the Astral Horizon?
Technically, yes.
Warship. After the Astral Horizon has dispatched the traitorous Colette Felgavo. Ensure they do not leave the station. More of the princess's property is aboard.
Or is gonna mutter, he's not property, though.
In collecting you, I am to collect what is yours as well.
Wait, doesn't that I'm hers now, right?
I'm sorry, you were under a contract before this. I don't feel that is the case.
That contract is void the way I see it.
The Astral Horizon syncs up with this other Keshian vessel, and you guys dock.
It is up to discussion, not void.
Who is going to be going across to the Keshian vessel?
I will. And so was Saggy.
Yep.
All right. Anyone else?
Nope.
Okay. Sounds good.
Don't worry about that. By the princess, we're buying the ship.
Unfortunately, there is a problem, Captain and Sagaristio. It seems as if it's locked on Colette Felgavo's side. He doesn't want anyone entering his ship for some strange reason.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
He's a bitch.
NASCAR, pick the lock, please. Knock on the door, please.
I will do what I can. The Keshian language is weird.
You want to give him a hand, Sagi?
I'll just kind of look at the captain for a moment and
Mhm.
then look at my metallic quad, and yeah, I'm just gonna rip that door to one side.
Okay, go ahead and give me that strength check with advantage as you just reach over, grab it, your finger sinking into the metal. It's beginning to scream and rend as you begin to twist it,
Well, that's a nat 20.
and you just completely rip it off. You guys actually, unfortunately, with ripping off the door to his ship, have inflicted the surprise condition on Colette Gavo and his robot bodyguard. Combat has started, but you guys are, of course, going first.
Okay, well.
If you don't mind, Captain, I will go first because I got something.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going with this cinematic stuff. Like after just ripping that door.
Wait.
Oh, this is it might prove bad on my end, but we'll try it. I'm pulling out my other axe, and I'm gonna use them in dual wielding. Now I know they're two-handed,
What?
so I'm gonna be posing disadvantage on myself doing so. But after what he just did to the people on Pelavaro and to my people in the lab warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
he's not getting away. For what he did to Kinthia, what he did to Praxis, what he did to all of the scientists there,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't letting him get away. I'm gonna go ahead and try and rend his head from his shoulders using both the axes.
Ooh. And so after ripping off this door, you just scream Colette Gavo's name. The heavy doors clatter upon the ground. You put your fist out and both of your weapons practically spiral into your hands as you charge forward. He has this little blaster out and he's just shooting.
You put that in the wrong dice box there, Alloy.
Would not make it feel any better, honestly.
No problem. Go ahead and roll to attack. And you said you're dual wielding?
I'm going to dual wield both these two-handed axes, yes. For the whole cinematic advantage. It's just going to cancel out the disadvantage.
Go
See how
for
it
it.
goes.
Go for it.
Yes, I wanted it to be.
Oh, yay.
Let's see, what was I? Okay, +5.
So the only thing that wasn't the difference is a critical failure.
Mm.
And we'll go with that. That's an 8. I'm actually going to utilize
Mm-hmm.
one of my abilities that I haven't used yet.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going to use the ring expansion. Targeting
Whoa!
scanner. +10. And I get to reroll.
Oh. Nice. Go ahead and get that reroll in.
Okay, well, that's a 32.
Oh. Okay. Roll the damage.
On a reaction.
So let's see with that. It's reusing both. But it still counts as 1d12. I don't mind if it's just that, but
Yes,
since I'm
it is.
using both.
Well, you could do it either way. If you're dual wielding, that means... Wait, but did the spell you just cast, was that a bonus action?
That is just it's not a bonus action, as far as I'm aware. It's just targeting self +10 to reroll attacks if a previous attack misses, and I just take the new result.
Oh, okay. Well,
So it's just something that I
normal-
can do to bump up the attack. But yeah, no, it's fine. I'll do the 1d12
Go ahead.
plus what was it? I gotta keep going back to my sheet because
Mm-hmm.
3. Okay.
Definitely. And remember, this is your first attack because if you're dual wielding, you get to attack again as a bonus action.
Yes. Yay! 4 damage.
Nice. And so he is
Oh, boy.
blasting at you as you are charging forward. You go through with the first swipe, and you are trying to take his head off, and you simply cut this huge groove across his chest, causing him to start to fly backwards, but you are still in the middle of your spin as you come by with the other axe. Roll to attack.
Plus 5. 18.
Yes. And this one is definitely going to contact more than just the front of his chest and his armor. Captain, get ready to go next. With an 8, your axe goes through his gun, through his arm, and actually launches him sideways against the bulkhead. Yet Colette Filgavo lives. Captain Archer, what are you doing?
That sucked. Who's going to shoot at the guy? Let's see. I should still have...
There's still a robot there that is attempting to blast you with the cannon that's kind of built into its arm.
Right. Let's see. Inspiration point, because that roll sucked.
Okay.
And I'm shooting for Felgavo.
Oh.
Here we go. That didn't come out right either. Damn it. Either one of them would have ended up to a hit.
Well, you're doing it with advantage, and so, yeah, actually, that will work. That means your total was 20.
Oh.
All right. That is perfectly fine. Roll the damage. You were shooting, you said Colette Velgavo, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, after Sargaricio goes ahead and spins with his axes.
Revolver.
With the Venom Revolver?
With the Venom Revolver.
Oh, heavens.
Oh.
Honor space.
Oh, he made his
D8,
his Constitution
to
save.
do the initial D6, and then, let's see. Let's do the D8 first.
Uh-huh.
4 base damage. Plus 4.
Definitely.
There's
Oh,
12.
max damage.
Dun, 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 dun.
And so go ahead and do the initial D4 poison damage, even though he is not poisoned due to his, actually him making his roll. So we're going to chalk it up to his Keshian physiology. But he still takes the D4 damage. And so right now he's been slashed. All right, across the chest. His gun gone. His arm gone. Slammed against the side of his own ship. And then all of a sudden, as this green mist kind of puffs off of his chest, causing him to stagger back even more so. You can still move, by the way, Captain. Do you do anything else?
Robot shooting, I'm falling back for cover.
Sounds good.
I don't take damage so nicely, so yeah.
No problem.
There's another, 18 points to him?
Well, you're not too sure. But it's a good thing you went ahead and went behind cover. The robot is firing back at you, but it has its advantage because you went behind cover. Yet, it still managed to tag you while you were getting there.
Okay.
All right. It blasts you, kind of spin, but you still manage to get behind cover. Colette Gable, he's holding the stub of his arm, and he goes, Wait. You kill me. Promethean. Arcadicus will die. You care about
You
him, don't
dare
you?
use more Prometheans against me after what you've done?
Think
Oh,
about-
you are just incorrigible.
Think about this. Think about this. You got a chance. Leave now. Leave now. Leave it be. Arcadic gets to live. If you touch me just one more time. He goes ahead and lets go of his bleeding stump and puts his hand by his belt. I'll do it. I'll give the signal. While he's doing that, Argus, what do you do?
What do you mean? What do I do? I'm watching a whole lot of political bullshit unveiling.
Mhm.
One princess wants to leave. One. The fuck am I supposed to do?
I don't know. You could just stay in the gunner seat if you like. You could hop out and try to join the action.
I'll
Also-
send a
Mhm.
message to the Keshian princess. Do you truly want to leave the ship?
Well, I had to face the music sometime.
Do you? Or do you want to create your own concert?
Oh boy.
I like it.
I'll follow this route for now. It's not like I won't keep tabs on all of you.
Very well. Make note. I put something in your bag on your way out.
What
As
was
soon-
it?
The hollow mask.
I'll keep that in mind.
All of a sudden, there's a voom and a green flash, and immediately next to you, Princess Aura, is Brave Stride.
Hey.
Guide, please keep her safe.
I'm duty bound now.
Archer, I believe the safest course of action is to let our party split ways. I do not wish to see that be the case. However, Tana
Busy
and
at the
I...
moment.
Getting shot. Call you back. Got you. With that, the captain cuts off the communique as you're able to hear the blaster fire behind him, Argus. For some reason, the thought of this group, this crew splitting up saddens you.
It gives me a good reason to fuck people up.
Captain Archer, behind you, you hear the pitter-patter of smaller footsteps. And finally, you hear Tana go, "What is going on?"
I'm sorry, I looked away for one moment. I'm trying to take care of her.
Just let me know when it's my turn again.
We are coming around the beginning of the round now, so yes, it's still going to be Sagaristil, you're up next.
All right. Well, for a moment there, I'm staring down at Colette while he's threatening another Promethean life right in front of me. And I'm going to move the axe away. Oh, my initial axe, not the strive cutter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move it away, and I'll let it drop. Gonna put him into a false sense of security.
Got you. So you go ahead, you back up. Go ahead and you try to lure him into thinking that you're giving up. And he's actually arrogant enough to believe that this is working, so go ahead, roll your deception with advantage.
Oh boy, here we go.
Captain, you're behind cover, being blasted at by the attack robot. We're going to get to you in a minute.
Screw that. I'm
Yep.
going to use inspiration for that. Yay me. Oh wait, I've got advantage. I screwed my first rolls, so advantage. Yay!
Yeah. And so he goes ahead, no, Promethean. Both axes on the ground now.
On the ground, you say? As you wish, station coordinator. Oh, that's going down through the hand that he's trying to threaten me with.
Say that again?
That's going down, all right. On the hand that he was threatening me with. Oh, it's coming down.
Roll to attack then.
Just not the way he wanted.
Right. So you drop the first
15.
one. Oh, that's exactly what you need.
Yay.
Roll damage. Right. Anyway, he sees what you're getting ready to do.
For 10. And then bonus action.
To do what?
Attack again. Weapon expertise.
Roll again. I was getting ready to ask, seeing as how the 10 was actually enough to do it, do you want to describe how you eliminate Station Coordinator Colette Felgive? Wow, now I mess up his name.
Well, first, that axe did come down.
Yes.
I came down, and I took the hand that he was going to hit that button with. And it flew in such a way that it missed the button completely. And now it's sort of just... It slides on the ground and slowly turns to him as it's sort of pointing.
Ooh.
Then I will lift the axe back up and... One clean cut. It was so clean, so precise, that the head just sort of wobbled. It didn't even look like I cut. Until slowly the head slides. It was at just the right angle to just slide off. While he sits there, bewildered, that, my ruse, my plans.
Are all for naught.
Yep.
His body slumps to the ground. The combat droid stops. It deactivates. Station Coordinator Colette Felgavo is dead. And a strange silence takes over the vessel.
I'll actually gurgle up like a little bit. I'll take a big sniff and spit on his body. I'm like, that was for Kintia. Pick up my axe, holster both of them on my shoulders, and I'm just walking right back out to the other way. Going right back into the astral horizon.
Captain, I assume you go with him.
Not immediately.
I
will step over to Felgavo's body, push it aside with my foot, lean down, pick up his head, look around for a second, then shrug and head back into the astral horizon, straight to the galley to find a plastic baggie or something to put this dripping mess in. It's going back with me as,
Gotcha.
proof of death.
All right. You have your proof, your evidence.
For the bridge. Head in bag, head for bridge.
Gotcha. All right. You get aboard the bridge of the astral horizon. Tana goes ahead and she kind of had to follow you back, so she witnessed the whole thing with the whole head, and she's been kind of gagging. But instead of going to the bridge, she goes back to the gunner turret where you are, Argus. Tana doesn't say too much. She just crawls in there, kind of uncomfortably steps on you a few times before just nestling up and lying on your chest. Captain, you make it to the bridge, and you have a few options. Are you going to go back to Pilavaro, to the hangar, and give evidence that you have... Oh, okay.
That's my initial thought. Before heading anywhere, I will shoot my lady friend the message. Miss Huntley, see what I got? I didn't do it. You know me, I don't use blades.
All right.
That anyway.
Immediately, Marissa, she kind of smiles. Oh, are you trying to tell me that station coordinator Colette Felgavo stole funds from this space station and tried to flee? And
Yep. And with the assistance of Keshian royalty, was apprehended and ordered to death at their behest. So, station's yours, doll.
that is just so delightful, Johnny.
Yeah, your boys missed a few things on my ship. I'm coming back.
Right? You pilot the Astral Horizon back into the hangar. It resumes its parking space effectively. Then immediately the force field changes. It is now solid again. The Sentinel has walked aboard his boarding ramp. Princess, please board. Have a seat. I'll collect your other bondservant.
I call him on the ship. Order Junior to meet me at the ramp
All right.
because I'm escorting him over.
Ah. Okay. Your son, Jackson, he definitely meets you at the
No.
ramp. Oh,
Not
Junior?
Jackson.
Was Junior you talking about?
The other little Cash.
Hello.
Yeah,
Ah.
Thank you.
You go ahead and wake him up, and at first he wakes up with a start. He's like, what?
Come on, we got to take a walk.
Oh, okay. Are you going to teach me how to shoot guns now?
Maybe. But right now we got someone to talk to.
You guys begin going down the ramp. Princess, you are witnessing all this. The Astral Horizon came back into the hangar, landed. Its loading ramp lowered, and now you see the captain coming out with Balo.
Oh, yeah, and Velgavo's head's tucked into my belt in the bag.
Okay.
Looking very not station coordinary anymore.
He ain't coordinating
hanging out.
shit.
Bleh.
Definitely grows. Either way, it seems as if the Sentinel is getting more and more agitated.
Settle down, big guy. Need a word or two. And I need your princess here for it.
Princess, it is time to go.
Did my father give you a deadline?
No.
Then what's the rush?
Well played, my lady. We may have a word.
He takes a step back. You can tell he's even more pissed. Immediately, Balo's like, Sentinel Remus. But either way, Princess, you're pulled aside by the captain. Brave Stride, are you going to go over to see what the conversation's about?
I actually want to talk to Remus in private.
Okay, we'll do that in just a moment.
Distract him.
Captain, what do you say to the princess?
Well, princess, I handed you something back there that's costing me quite a fortune. This ship is how I live. I'm sure you understand that.
Yep.
So what can we do about this? I know Pissy Pants there's getting ready to blow a head gasket wanting to get you out of here.
Well, I imagine if you follow, I can make sure that the Keshian royal family rewards you for the death of a traitor accordingly.
Right? And the artifact? Because I had a buyer. and he's already tried to yell at me.
Who was the buyer?
That's something I probably need to take up with your dad. But I need your help getting his ear.
Sounds like another reason to follow.
Yeah, well, once again, there's the issue of Pissy Pants. I don't need him flipping out on me. And I need long enough for Miss Huntley to finish her promises on my ship. Got a few shutters on my home that need repaired, if you take my meaning.
Well, you know my communicator code. Give me a
Yeah.
ring when you're on your way. And I'll make sure to schedule an audience with my father within the time frame that you'll be visiting.
That'll work for me. Thank you. Now to the matter of Junior here. You sure you really want to drag him back to your people?
It's your call, Balo.
Oh,
Stay with me and learn to shoot? Or do you want to go back there where you're going to be put under thumb again?
he looks over and Sentinel Remus is giving him that look like, you know your place.
Don't mind Pissy Pants.
Immediately, the Sentinel, he steps forward. He is Kesh. He is lowborn. He knows his place.
Yes, but also the princess did free him.
I'll step between Balo and Pissy Pants with my back to Pissy Pants. So I'm the only thing Balo's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you, buddy. With me and learn to shoot and be free, or put up with Pissy Pants.
I want to go with you, Captain. If that's okay.
Lady, make it so.
Well, Balo, just always remember that you're free.
I'm free.
And anytime you start to feel out of control, what do you remind yourself?
That I'm free. Princess, can that be my name?
Free?
He nods.
What's the Keshian word for free?
It is Elowen.
Well, it's been nice spending time with you, Elowen.
And with that, he kind of smiles after hearing it. Immediately, the Sentinel, he kind of scoffs. Balo is a perfectly good name for a lowborn. And immediately, Elowen is like, no, it isn't. It means as low as a scrotum. It's a name that's meant to remind me of my position in our society.
Come on, Junior, you don't have to put up with Pissy Pants anymore. Look, he's so pissy, he's yellow. Chuckle and pat him on the back as I usher him back towards the ramp.
Finally, the door opens to the hangar from outside. Well, not outside in space, but outside, deeper into the station. And Marissa Huntley, as well as a Keshian priestess, come marching in. Immediately, the Sentinel, he looks to you, Princess Aura. We have wasted enough time. Perhaps we should be underway. And finally, Marissa Huntley, she puts her hand. Pardon me, Princess Aura of the Kesh.
Yes?
I am no expert in ancient Keshian traditions, but The priestess here has come across a very ancient tradition that we feel might be in need of coming before certain parties, and she looks at the sentinel. And normally, Kesh do not sweat, but you could have swore you saw a droplet of sweat come from Sentinel Remus's brow. The priestess, she steps forward. Your grace, your visage upon me as mine is upon you. You have graced our temple with your presence, yet you did not give it your blessing. According to ancient Keshian traditions, a member of the royal family may only depart from a Keshian temple after they have officially given their blessing or have revoked it, and you have done neither, your grace.
Oh darn, it sounds like I have a loose end to tie up.
Sentinel Remus is like, this is ridiculous. It is an ancient tradition that is no longer upheld.
Yet we have a priestess here.
The priestess, she turns. Sentinel Remus, your visage upon me as mine. I understand the greeting. Speak. As a sentinel, you are to uphold the highest principles and even the traditions of the Kesh. It is so to live the life of a sentinel. Are you disrespecting the ancient traditions?
So, as a way to show some empathy toward the Sentinel, I'm going to use shared vision with him, and I'm going to show him what the people at the temple had to endure during our time here.
Ooh.
Pretty cool, princess, but love it.
You show him the pain, the anguish, their homes being destroyed, their lives being torn apart, the grieving, the tragedy. You hit him all at once with it, and he takes a step back.
If a blessing is what they want, then it's what I will give them.
We lost an alloy, by the way.
Yeah, he said he was out. He's running out of brain stuff.
No problem. And with that, the sentinel, he actually quickly wipes a tear. Princess, I will be waiting aboard the warship. He looks towards you, Brave Stride. We must have a word.
I have some things to update you on, as I think you are in a high enough position to do what is necessary.
What are you speaking of?
In private.
He leads you to the inside of his ship. With that, the priestess of the Kesh, she kind of smiles. But once again, she bows to you, Aura. And Marissa, she looks at you, Captain, and she gives you a slight smile and a head nod. With that, she leaves, and she kind of just circles her finger over her head, and immediately the crew begins to flood back into the hangar to start resuming repairs and maintenance on the hull of the Astral Horizon. Inside inside the ship, Brave Stride, what do you have to say to Sentinel Remus?
Well, there's more to this space station that seems to meet the eye. Powers that be were the words that were told to me. Might be bad for the Kesh, as this incident already dealt with the Spawn, bad head coordinator, space station coordinator, a traitorous one. And I know you are duty bound to take her back, but also, right now this place is unsafe for her to do her blessing, so maybe think about changing the system a little bit.
What are you proposing?
Well, you need new people here, a new head coordinator. You need someone that's actually going to be loyal to the crown, someone that's not going to use this place because the Kesh forgot about it or doesn't look at it anymore.
This
And
facility is not Kesh. Its
So why was
previous coordinator was Kesh.
what
And
is-
yes, you are right. He was traitorous. He attacked a member of the royal family. And so far he has dealt with. But I do get your meaning. If word of this was to escape, it would make all Kesh, including the royal family.
we have
Look.
one agreement. We both want to protect the princess.
Of course.
So you can think about me however you want, but I saw what happened there because you had a Kesh. And your politics killed one of my dear friends. You also have a temple here. That should be your way in. People weren't protected.
Be now.
What
And it
do
was
you
my-
want?
I think you have enough authority here to make sure things go a little more smoothly and that illicit planning could be covered. Happened once here. There's a blind eye. Deeper than just a corrupt coordinator.
Do you wish to be the station coordinator here? Is that your play?
Does it look like I do politics?
Your grasp of them has impressed me so far.
Because I'm part of a tribe. We have our own type of politics. But I'm not fit, and I know that, to be a head station coordinator here.
Station's got one now that'll do the job. But
Then
I'm just
listen, Brand. You are to accompany the princess as she blesses this Keshian temple, and then you are to urge her to return to her father. I grow tired of these people,
Think
and
I'm gonna be
I will be aboard my warship, making sure that none of you leave this station.
as it will be.
But do know this. If somehow any of you slip my grasp, you will suffer the consequence first, Brand.
The cat that gets threatened.
I suggest you encourage the princess to give her blessing quickly.
Well, will you make a plan to keep an eye on the rest of your people?
The people are being cared for. And he hits the button to open up his ship to let you out.
Alright. How would Ori do it? I copy her bow.
Right. So you go ahead, you copy her bow, and honestly, it seems to piss him off more.
I deepen it.
No, he doesn't like you doing it.
You honored me with this conversation. Have a good day.
Either way, Brave Stride, you descend down the ramp. You listen to blah, blah. Either way, it seems as if almost everything is resolved. Princess Aura, as you were kind of conversing with the priestess, you do realize that that handle in your hands is still singing to you in the ancient Keshian language, but is no longer harmful or hurtful, no longer painful. It just constantly urging you to use it. But finally, the choice is yours. Do you rush to give your blessing to the temple, or do you decide to explore a little bit more of the space station and take your time?
I'm gonna head to the temple. Not necessarily fast,
Mm-hmm.
but leisurely head to the temple.
Definitely.
Princess, may I offer some time in the casino?
For what?
Well, I'm supposed to urge you to do your blessing. But he didn't give me a timeline. He just said quickly, so I guess you gotta quickly do the blessing, not quickly get back.
Either way, as soon as he says that, we're going to cut to segment 2. And immediately, Princess, you have some chance cubes in your hand, rattling them, getting ready to toss them. All right, go ahead, roll 2d6, right? As you are currently at the tables in one of the mini casinos in segment 2. Sagaricio, you have managed to accompany the princess there at the casino, and at your side is Arcadicus. As he looks at you, he tells you in lingo, I am raising money to help more of our people, the aberrants that have been discarded. I may need your help with this to help restore our family.
I'll look at him and look down at the dice. I'll take them in my my fleshy hand, like Brigantia, and I'll rattle the dice, and then I will roll.
Right. And with that, you roll the dice. Captain, go ahead, give me a roll of 2d6. As you're seeing here, you're actually on a hot streak.
Actually, no. The captain, seeing everybody else head that way, is finally going to go take a nap and spend some time with family.
Oh,
He's going back to board. Yeah.
Right.
I've been away from the kids and the wife too long.
Most definitely.
Not to mention, I got 8 points of damage. I got to go heal up.
It sounds good. And you are able to long rest somewhat with the wife. All right. Back aboard the main bedroom in the Astral Horizon. She's lying in your arms. You're resting. And you look over to your side, and aside from your lovely wife, you see Jill. And then laying on the outside of the covers on the far other side of your bed, you see Jackson.
Yeah. Good end of the night.
And you close your eyes and you feel the soft touching onto your chest. And you realize, wait a minute, that's not your wife's arm. You open your eyes and you see the phase bees.
Meow.
Reach up and scratch your ears. Lay my arm back down on my chest, and I'm going to sleep.
And it goes around in a circle, meads you a little bit before cuddling into a little ball. And the Archer family, with Phase Beast, rest aboard the Astral Horizon. Money is won in the casinos. Princess, you too started to develop quite the cubble in your gambling. You seem to be lucky. Some of the other priests from the Keshian Temple have joined you because there's nothing in their religion that has anything against gambling. If they win money, it's the blessing of the triumvirate. But just as you guys hit the large jackpot, we're going to bring tonight's session and the first season of Esper Genesis to a close. All the while, outside of the space station Pelivaro, the Sentinel Remus sits and pouts and looks at the chronometer, wondering when the heck is the princess going to be done.
Serves Pissy Pants right.
There it is. But we are definitely going to call it a night there.
We will.
Not with the wee woos. But what a live stream, what a session. Thank you again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to activate that like button. And I want to thank my players, Alloy, Master Draco, Dark Lovely, Tonto Tomahawk, and Typhoon 44. And
Yeah.
until next time, have a great night and let's level up together. Bye.
Bye-bye.